We live, we live, we live. Chief, what's good, man? What's going on? We
Aboriginal
get
Power,
peace, man. Some
aka
brother
Copper
Aboriginal
Grizzly
power.
in the building. Peace to the God, man.
Yeah, man. Peace to you, man. Peace to you, brother. It's always a
How you in the
pleasure.
tribe out there, bro?
Man, you know how it go, man. We just moving, you know what I'm saying? The transitioning from the south to the north been a good transition, just trying to settle down, getting cold up here. But
Right.
trying to get back to it, man. Get back around with the family and stuff. You know what I mean? Get on this information. It's been a minute, for real,
Yeah,
since I got sat down and did
yeah,
a
man.
heavyweight down. But shit, we here now though. You know what I mean? We here. Like I said, summertime always a doozy for us. We get to moving around and be up late and up early. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm constantly moving, but wintertime you kind of get more
The
stable and
band, the Copper Grizzly
get your
hibernate in the
burns and
wintertime. You hibernate?
yeah, the copper grizzly hibernate, bro. We're going to hibernate mode.
Ah,
That's a fact.
not me.
So yeah.
Way too slow, man. That's how I got my name, Holidays. I'm the movement on the holidays. You know what I'm talking about? So, hey,
Man, I'm telling you.
um, but once again, man, peace and paradise to all the American Aborigines, aka the first Americans. The troopers in the building. We got a special guest, Aboriginal Power, man. A1's gonna be coming through, man. We y'all didn't know who y'all gonna see over here, man. Salute to Medicine Man last night, man. Salute to Dan Calloway. That was a classic build from 2018. It was crazy, yo. Um, that's why we had to put it back up, man, so people could see, the growth, or see where people came from. And that was like one of the only times Medicine Man has spoken. So I think that within itself was a classic. You know
I
what I'm saying?
believe I believe that was like the first time we put a voice to Medicine Man. I believe that was it. That was that particular build, which
Oh yeah,
was
it was
a
crazy.
dope build because up to leading up to that point, we had watched tons of videos of Medicine Man dropping this information, watching his collage of information that he put into these videos,
Facts.
and finally just to get to hear put a voice to the man behind the particular information that we've been grasping on was really a good thing, man. He's a good brother, and he's definitely
It was
dedicated to this
stupid, bro. It
information.
was
So shout out to the big bro, the OG medicine man, the Tennessee native, man. Shout out to medicine.
man, listen, man. It was stupid, bro. Like when you just actually think about it, man. Just you know what I mean? Like I said, man, people go had these, man, when we long and gone, and they'll still be there, and we'll still be able to gauge whether or not this was, people be able to say, oh, 50 years now, 100 years now, 20 years now, what these guys were saying, healthy for America, right? Healthy for I don't want to do the black white thing, and that's kind of what we're going to be talking about. You know what I mean? And we're gonna weave history in there, you know what I'm saying, as well, and science and art and architect and things like that or whatever to prove our positions in 2019 and beyond, right? To prove our position or to validate why we're saying what we're saying. We're calling ourselves the first Americans. I see a lot of comments and stuff um, in the mainstream, right? For instance, when Lord Jamar did a video years back, and he was correcting Akon. Akon was like, "Yo, you Black Americans, y'all got brought here from Africa, and y'all need to go home." You know what I'm saying? Like this country wasn't set up for you, by you, and all this. And he was responding to Michelle Obama saying that the White House was built by slaves. If you're an employee, you are a slave. Slave comes in so many different forms. Okay, it doesn't have a color attached to it, a geographical location. You know what I'm saying? If you driving down the street and you see dudes standing on the side of the road with chains on, uh, picking up rocks and dirt and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or building dams and certain things or whatever, right? Those are prisoners, right? You could be in there for debt, you could be in there for crimes, things of that nature, whatever. But you are a slave, and you're doing it against your will. You don't even have a choice. A lot of times, get your ass out there in that chain gang or whatever, or get in the hole. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot of dumb shit and word spells and play that's happening when we're talking about slavery and only putting it on one particular group of people. And then, right, to blanket on everybody. You drive down the street and say, look at us right there. We all in chains. You know what I mean? No, it's and then guess what? Everybody, you're gonna see Asians in chains picking up dirt and rocks. You're gonna y'all understand what I'm saying? You're gonna see in people who are in chains who were there. You can't if Trump and his people didn't get here to 1928, well, he wasn't alive then, but y'all get what I'm saying. If his ancestors didn't get to these shores until 1928, then his people couldn't have been here in 1828 to participate in any goddamn thing, right? That would put him in chains or put them in chains or whatever. They were somewhere else. We were here. Y'all understand what I'm saying? This is a whole thing. And we've already proven that we go, the 400-year thing comes out the Bible, and y'all are putting yourselves in some dumbass prophecies and stuff. And it's always funny. You got all these Caucasian people as well as niggas, right? um, that that say they love the Bible, but hate everybody. I think that's crazy as hell. You hate each other. You hate different denominations. You know what I'm saying? So what we're doing is we're saying we're going to destroy the caste system. That's the goddamn problem, is the fucking caste system that people are participating in. So when you're saying black, well, no matter what you're saying, right, you're participating in the caste system, right? And in this particular paradigm, in this caste system, black is the lesser. Black is negative. And a lot of us grew up, man, you would say something black was like, if you say that to your grandma, you're going to get hit in the mouth. Because black was a derogatory term and everybody knew that. That's the damn problem. Everybody know what it is and what it was. And you know what I'm saying? So when we're in the mainstream media, we have to take American, first Americans. This is ours. This right here. This thing right here is ours, y'all. This thing of ours, right? This is our shit. We have to take the mantle of it, right? And don't let them tell you that the people that built the White House, the second White House, the executive mansion, all these other things, hey, bro, it was the only people that was here building. We are the damn builders of this land. And it didn't have to come in the form of coming on the bottom of a slave ship, come in the form of yo, we the builders. You're not gonna have slow motherfuckers, architects building your stuff. You know what I'm saying? They slipped that in 12 years a slave. He was smart. He was educated. He had things. So uh, educated people and people that have usually are the ones that are going to get to the resources, right? Usually the ones going to be able to use their talents, their skills, their education or whatever to better themselves and better their lives and better the people around them. So if we're the builders, the mathematicians, the scientists, and all these other things, they had to become our apprentices. That means that they are our slaves. They swapped it around, stole everything, killed people. Yes, we were dealing with criminals. This is what we talk about. So,
That's a fact. And that's the thing. It ain't like they just popped out the blue, killing, pillaging, and absorbing themselves in other people's culture. They've been doing it for hundreds, and if not thousands of years. Because
shit,
we
they did it in
know
Europe.
we do they do it everywhere. When you look at a race and you look at Italian people today, you be like, oh, the Italians used to be black. It's because these people was conquered and then took over by the same people that conquered them. They absorbed it and adopted these people's culture and then moved as if they was these people and even went to war as if they was these people. You see what I'm saying? And this has happened time after time. You see it with the people of Spain today. When you think of Spanish people, you think of these pale skinned Spanish. It's because these people went to colonize them, absorb their culture, and moved as them.
That's a super fact, bro. And like I said, a lot of times people go with the 7-Eleven story, like when like who was there 610, a 511, and so on and so forth, right? Who are the people there? So when we get to start talking about these things and get into the actual history, it they can whitewash it with a book, a pen, a movie, and we'll believe it. Oh, look at Brad Pitt. He's Achilles. He was dope. He is portraying people of color. Okay, so that's how that worked, man. Like I said, oh, yeah.
And now you're right though, and color ain't about everything. It's more about the vibration. It's about certain other. It's a lot more than just color because it goes back to an old expression that we use. All skin folk ain't your kin folk. and it goes off of the vibration that these people let off. Everybody let off a different vibration according to how your spirit moves. And some people just ain't meant to be connected. Some people ain't meant to be intertwined. Some people ain't mixed, ain't supposed to be mixed together. But you got to deal with the people that's on your level, man. When you start looking at how media and videos and Hollywood portray things, they portray us as the timid, weak people can't even take care or protect your wife in half of the Hollywood movies. You see what I'm saying? It takes for the woman to have to get involved and help. You see what I'm saying? Niggas getting beat up by these people all over the place in these Hollywood movies. They portray us as weakness.
I mean, and then and like I said, we've already exposed Bass Reeves as being a Lone Ranger and Tonto. These people are the same person. They didn't like they said Bass Reeves had a fucking partner with him. He did it by himself. Y'all ever think about that? They are split a historical figure into two or three people, right? That'd be the same. Anthony Johnson is everybody. You'd be like,
That's
oh
Reed.
no,
Right.
that's John Hanson. Wait, oh no, that's George. Oh, that's come on, bro.
And they always portray him and try to add on other stimulations to our heroes that was
Of
aboriginal
course.
people. Like you said, Bass Reeves. Bass Reeves was a sheriff, and he lived by the code of what a sheriff lived by. He out to protect the law, right? And that's what he did ultimately. He even arrested his son allegedly. You see what I'm saying? Because of the shit that he was doing. So and that's not. It's more. You got Peter Salem, who won the Revolutionary War, who's always depicted hidden behind a horse, looking timid in the pictures with George Washington. It's
Hey,
what
but
was that?
I mean, it goes back to that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the places and of the states and stuff like that or whatever. A lot of these come from the people. You know what I'm saying? Peter Salem. That wasn't like his surname was Peter of Salem. Peter of Salem, for instance, right? So um, a lot of times, man, we look at things. Oh, he was trying to be like them, but they came here. We already had a government set up here. Remember the Great Law of Peace. Remember all of the treaties and everything that they adopted all these things from us because they learned it from us. They didn't bring this shit here. That's how this works. Like we have to get to real history, right? To so when we're having Breakfast Club interviews, we are coming from a educated, a well researched historical position. Okay, Sister Nina Turner is brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, y'all understand what I'm saying? As far as when it comes to this landscape, when we're talking about the media and presidential candidates and stuff like that or whatever, I wholeheartedly support Sister Nina Turner. I'm just gonna let everybody understand that, just have that disclaimer out there or whatever, um, from Go, so we can all understand this, right? I just checked out the interview she did over at the Breakfast Club, and it reminded me, right, that that because I forgot about her, right? Honestly, I thought she had, I kind of get her and Sister Cynthia McKinney mixed up sometimes. The people that got kicked out of Congress and stuff like that was really fighting. Think about this, y'all. Really fighting for the best interest of all people, not just for so-called black people, African Americans, things like that, or whatever. Because you're a politician in any goddamn city, you have constituents of all colors. So all goddamn laws and everything are not specific to one group of people. Oh, here, right here, this is specifically for black people. Oh, these are laws for white people. No, it's for the betterment of people because of the American people. The American people. The Constitution doesn't say black or white. The Bill of Rights, the Declarations, nothing says black or white. It is not specific for any color, race, creed, or people. Okay, that's not a thing. That's not the American way. Socially, people get into positions of so-called power or being able to be leaders and speaking for our people, and they push certain talking points. Okay, they push the African American paradigm, the African American dream, the black codes. If you understand that they have black and slave codes, right, interchangeable, right, that are not legal, but some places had codes, but they also had Irish codes, Catholic codes, right? Jewish codes. They didn't just have codes for us, right? They had certain people that they had they certain, yo, we doing this over here for our people over here. This our shit, and we don't want outsiders coming here taking resources out of our communities. That's understandable. That's respectful. You know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of these communities were built by us, and people came in and some type of way got us out of them. So when we talk about the watch riots, and even when we were talking about a lot of us wasn't here for the watch riots, but a lot of us was here for the Rodney King riots. It wasn't over Rodney King getting his ass beat. I was a little boy. I seen my relatives get beat up by the police. When I seen that, I was a young man by that time, whatever. But I'm like, yo, that ain't shit. That just happened yesterday. Feel me? That wasn't what it was about. But these people benefit because when our shit burned down, a lot of us didn't have the resources or the insurance and stuff like that to build the shit back up. So who's gonna come in? Oh, the people that you were renting from, the developing or whatever, they gentrifying and taking over things or whatever, right? This is how this works. So we're gonna talk about gentrification tonight. We're gonna talk a lot about little things, but getting back to Sister Nina Turner, I'm endorsing her for to be the running mate of Bernie Sanders. Now, people game, and I got a lot of reasons. Ab, man, we're gonna Ab you back.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, I want to talk to you about Sister Nina Turner. I don't know if you've seen her Breakfast Club interview, right? I don't know if you're familiar with her. Are you familiar with Sister Nina Turner? She's
No, I'm not.
Ohio.
No, I'm not.
Okay, she's a ex Congress lady out of Ohio, right? Who was very strong, powerful voice. You know what I'm saying? She was really fighting for her constituents in Cleveland. I think she's out of Cleveland, right? And saying real powerful stuff, right? And for me, y'all, when you get people like that right there, she should never be out of. She should be in the Senate right now. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Because she's actually fighting for rights. You don't have to agree with everything that I say, Sister Nina Turner say, Aboriginal Power say, right? That's not how this works. But if we're going for the best interest of the people, then we got to take what's good out of Sister Nina Turner, what's good out of Chief Holiday, Aboriginal Power, so on and so forth, right? That's how that works. So, and I'm going to support her in Cleveland in a national campaign or whatever the case may be, because she's already shown that she's a fighter for righteousness for the people, period. Okay? So I don't agree with Bernie Sanders. Again, I don't agree with Bernie Sanders or whatever, right? I don't. I don't. Bernie Sanders has been around for a long period of time, and in my estimation, exploiting us from Martin Luther King to today. Okay. However, I understand, right, that this is chess. This is a high level game of chess, right? Right? So he needs Sister Nina Turner. She don't need him. I take that back. Everybody needs each other to put them people in certain positions, right? So they were openly talking about her running for 2024. She's open for that. I'm with that too, right? We can position that or whatever because these are things that should have been positioned in the beginning. Now, if she has to be the running mate of first vice presidential candidate, a viable vice presidential candidate who's very articulate, who's a real soldier. Y'all follow me. Follow me where I'm going with this, okay? Okay? And remember, the vice president is always a heartbeat away from being the president, okay? Bernie Sanders has had a heart attack here recently. Salute to him, man. He's a soldier, man. He's recovered. Coming back, he still wants to fight. Got it. I'm with it. Whatever. Let's go. I think we need to start talking about Sister Nina Turner to be his running mate. What do you think about that, bro?
Well, I would definitely have to do some research and look into it because my understanding of what's been going on with these political parties and battles and bouts is that they give you two options, and the options is the same. They give you Democrat and Republican. Every now and then you get a Libertarian. It's all the same. Democrat is Republican. There's no difference. I think in order to be where we need to be, we need to step outside of this box that they give us, right? And I think we need to formulate a different branch or a different stance of what we call in political government or a politically government stance. So I think that's what we need to start working on. But I'm definitely going to look into the sister Turner and see what she's about. But I believe that they play a tricky game, and this game is is a little different than what we used to. It deals with what they call trick knowledge. It deals with finessing the people, and it takes away the people input, which is what this country was built off for. When you read the Constitution, which is a direct quote and copy of what was written before the European established their Constitution, which was the Iroquois Constitution, the Confederate Constitution. It goes into the same spiel, except it's giving rules and regulations to foreigners. So with rules and regulations to foreigners, meaning they was subsiding, meaning they was okay with allowing foreigners to have their place at the political table, for the lack of argument. I believe this needs to be cut out. I believe dinner time is over with. I believe we need to clean up the mess that has been done over these last few hundred years, and I believe it's time to clean up the mess. And that's what I believe.
That's definitely super true, brother. And so I just think, yo, when we talking words, y'all, like words have consequences. When you call yourself African American, it makes me cringe when I hear a sister like Nina Turner on Breakfast Club saying African American this, African American black this, African American this, when this is an American problem. Because guess what? There's never going to be something that's specifically for so-called African Americans that all any other American can't participate in. They've shown y'all that with the college stuff to go to black so-called HBCUs. Those aren't just for black people. Anybody can go to those schools. That's how they work. It's not carved out for you just to have a separate type of. America don't work like that. It's not working like that. I don't even agree with that. I agree with if you're the truth or not. Like we've already pointed out, is I don't play the color game, whatever. So I don't have to agree with Eminem, for instance, or whatever. I'm going with Lord Jamar, OG. Like I'm rolling with Lord Jamar. But if he's wrong about something, I don't agree with everything Lord Jamar say. And we could build and cipher it, come to if even not a perfect agreement, but we still building. Sister Turner's still building. She's still growing in her knowledge and understanding or whatever, right? So we're gonna get to some power. We have to put African American in the trash can. Okay? In the trash cans of history. It's not that goddamn old. It's not older than me. It's barely older than this young man right here that's on the goddamn line with me, bro. What, you 26 or you just turned 27?
28, 28. Yep.
28. It's old. It's just barely older than Aboriginal power, y'all. The shit's new. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to get to the truth, y'all. And it's about the truth, and it's about position. It's about positioning yourself here in America, right? If you're allowing people to just come in here and like Vlad, for instance, he's an immigrant. He got here when he was 4 years old, but now he's socially been pushed ahead of you, right? And we socially push him ahead of us. Not to say, listen, Vlad has actually been a part of the culture for a long period of time. I don't disagree with anybody, man. That's he's consistently in the culture. Now it's benefiting, like I say, he's a millionaire off this culture, right? But I've seen brothers that have taken advantage of being on the platform and not be taken advantage of. That's what it's
Right.
about. You understand what I'm saying?
But
Shout out to
I,
Lord Jamal. Huh?
I feel like we can't be scared uh, to exclude or to get rid of necessary people. And I believe some stuff is necessary, even though we might not seem to see it as being necessary. I believe that's what we doing. What a hoarder does. We keep all this stuff around because we've been used to it, or we you got emotional connection to it, or some type of transgenerational trauma that's connected to this particular thing, and that we don't want to get rid of. Everything must be thrown away, and we got to start over. We got to start over. You know what I mean? We got to get rid of the old, and we got to come in with a new system. And I don't mean it by any ill will, by any meticulous way. I mean, we gonna have to play the game, man, and we really gonna have to start getting into our bag and understanding what's better for us and what's not, or what, instead of looking at what's better for them, for the lack of argument. So, we really got to understand that rid of certain things that tie us to everybody is what's messing us up. Once we start building on us, other little groups start to come in. I'm not saying that we have a problem with them, but they come in. We want something for ourselves so we can build and have us something to lean on. Because if we're trying to offer something to a group of people, we must have. And if we're trying to offer and we're trying to tell them this system that you're being up under is no good, and we taking that away, we're gonna have to give something in replacement to it. And I believe that's something that's gonna have to start with American Negroes, with Black Americans only. Not no knock to our island brothers and sisters. They are our brothers and sisters, and there's gonna be a point in time where we're gonna need them to come together. But we need them to also get together on their side and really start building something for their people to be able to hold on to once they start taking away the crutch of the colonized that these people are leaning on. So I believe that that's really the main task, man. And I believe I see a few different movements going on besides the Aboriginal indigenous movement that has some type of play that deals with strictly American Negroes, and I believe it's good.
Yeah, man. Um, so So, so man, so once again though, right? Words have consequences, right? So even when we're talking about the ADOS, right, the American descendants of slavery, automatically people turn to African, and then the slave part is specifically for so-called African Americans. That's how they go, and they put the whole slave blanket on everybody when just the actual logic, actual numbers don't match up to the people um, who were actually incarcerated for whatever reason, whether
Right.
it was debt or whether you know what I'm saying or whatever, right? And I just want to point out too on the historical side of the game, right? If 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 people we have found out, shout out to Sister Bethy, people are doing their genealogy and they finding that they have literally turned on paper because they can't do it with a pen, y'all. They can do it on paper. Remember, it's a paper game. If they literally can change the classification or whatever descriptive terms for whatever reasons of our ancestors. Because remember, like they saying they're calling us so-called African Americans now, right? Jack. Before it was Negro, then it was colored, and so on and so forth, right? So at some point, you might get your people have been changed to actual, it say white on the thing. You're like, well, wait a minute. Now the people at the clerk's office, you coming in with your black ass, they're like, well, this is my great great grandmother, right? And they like, they said she white. How is it your great great grandpa? And you think in your mind like, well, damn, what happened? So you got to do a little bit more digging and whatever to see what you got to see. But these people are not playing when it comes to the pencil and a paper genocide that has been proven. So we have to work in that area. What has
Right.
been proven, what has been already judgment has been boom. You've been found guilty of these crimes. Pay these people restitution. Here, pay us. Don't keep talking to us about some HR fucking 40 that you're gonna explore. Like Sister Nina said that too. She's like, what they gonna just talk about having some reparations? That's what HR 40 is. And for anybody to, like I said, for ADOS to be against it, and now the wrap their arms around it, or I just think it's absolutely ludicrous. I think it's ludicrous to take 40 years to have a conversation in America about the crimes and the things that you have doing to the people. Like I think this is crazy, right? I really do. And then now we have conversation about who's get this and who get that or whatever the case may be. Nah, it's not about that. I'm saying the only issue I had with Sister Nina Turner's conversation with Charlemagne on that platform, right? The only thing is the African American and the black conversation. It does not put you in a
Right.
position of power.
And
Okay?
I believe,
Go ahead,
and
bro.
I believe this come from indoctrination because you brought up something that's also irrelevant. I mean, that's relevant to the particular conversation. That could be a stronghold, the ADOS movement. I believe they are trying to exclude the African from this particular conversation, and they're going to need help. And what kind of help is they going to need is a correct understanding of the history of the people here and the history of the people that was enslaved here. And I believe a lot of them are starting to understand this, and that's why a lot of these foreigners, not to mean foreigners, but some of our brothers from the islands are getting in the uproar about it because it excludes them. Which, no offense, this is for strictly Americans only. And we know who the Americans that dealt with the hardship in here in America. You see what I'm saying? So wiggling out the African can be done. I believe it's very feasible. I believe it's possible. I believe it's on the way of being kicked out as we speak.
Yeah, man. Peace to A1, man. We got the Thompson's one in the building. Peace to the God, man. AKA El Hano.
Peace, Ohio.
Peace, brother.
Well, it's cracking, bro.
I'm cool, man. Damn, why the fuck that shit sound like that?
That's cheap shit.
Hold up.
What is doing?
Mic check, mic check.
It's echoing while your mic is not muted. If your mic not muted, it echoes bad, chief.
Oh, wow.
Nah, it's all good though. What's up, though? What's good, AP?
Peace, big bro. What's going on with you? How you?
I'm cooling, man. Trying to just finish up on this documentary and continue learning this little, studying our history, going from there, man. For the most part. I just been,
Word.
trying to just soak up as much as I can. I haven't been doing no videos. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Shout out to all the Aborigines, North, South, Central, Conjoining Islands. You already know how this is. Um, One thing though, what I like to do though is I make some apologies regarding some of the rhetoric with the Moors and everything like that. Um, we got to kind of understand that shit too. And even for me, I think I kind of I understood it, but I didn't understand it. So I can see why a lot of brothers and sisters why they feel the way they feel um, about the whole topic. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I've been like I said, I've been doing some research. I've been doing a lot of research, man. A lot of research, man. And I mean, a lot of brothers and sisters, y'all got you got the right to have your opinion, which is valid, definitely valid with everything. So if I may came off wrong or harsh to some of you guys, I love y'all. It wasn't nothing, what I'm saying? Nothing, it wasn't personal. It's not personal, never personal with this stuff, man. This is a learning field. This is meant for us to learn and continue keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not we like each other or we want to hold hands and you know what I'm saying, sing kumbaya, it's a whole nother thing. But the main thing is getting the information. And I'm quite sure you going from Aborigine channel to learn to try to find your history. So, that's the main thing, finding your history. You know what I'm saying? Getting reconnected with your roots or wherever it might be at, for the most part. So yeah, man. For the most part, just been doing some research, man. Like I said, man, on that zero being created and mathematics being created in Americas. I don't think like when you bring up that conversation among anybody who has any type of, I'm gonna say common sense, because you ain't gotta have education, you gotta have common sense, and you have to have some type of history. You have to know something about history. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you come through you come through the history platforms. Most of them they talk about two major so-called time periods. They will always talk about either the Egyptians, or now they talk about like Sumer. No, well, not Sumer, Mesopotamia, and a lot of dealing with Mesopotamia, right? But if like you can't build nothing without mathematics or geometry, so we know that all of the stuff came from here. You know what I'm saying, and went other places, and that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? We left from here and went and built things in other places. And people think that it happened in reverse when it truly didn't. You know what I'm saying? The same mathematics we had here and the same science we had here, we might have traveled to other places and built the same things, and actually gave people some of the science that we had. Um, yeah, you don't
Now
hear
you're
too.
right. You're right, and you can see the sciences. You may not see it as strong as you do here, or at the proportions or the magnitude that you see it here, but you see it as you take your migration steps to that particular landmass that we call Africa. As a matter of fact, it seems more plausible that you would see less science if it was invented here and taken over there, because we got to get into why did we leave, and that's gonna go into a particular bill, and I believe the people was leaving because they was fleeing. They was in a rush. They was trying to save lives. You see what I'm saying? And so with them in the middle of traveling, they kind of saved what they could, and use the science that was still around that they had.
Yeah, man, that's dope. Hey, A1, I don't know if you are familiar with Sister Nina Turner. We were just talking about her interview at the Breakfast Club today. Are you familiar with Sister Nina Turner?
Nah, what you talking? What
She's
you
a,
talking?
ex Congress lady from Ohio, who's like the chairhead for Bernie Sanders right now. So, but I'm saying that she look into it. Matter of fact, we might when we're gonna come back, yeah, when Lotus come back in and we're gonna switch gears a little bit and get into the videos and stuff like that or whatever. But we'll be able to show um, some of the excerpts of the interview and be able to see her whatever. But look her up, her track record and stuff like that. She's always been a fighter, and I just don't understand why when you get people like that in office, Marion Barry type of uh, politicians, or shout out to Rest in Paradise of Marion Barry, or Sister Asia Brown and Compton. You get those type of politicians that are really for the people and really doing things to change the lives of the people of their districts. Why we don't support them? Like they couldn't even get the vote. How they like they'd be so overwhelmingly popular and voted up, right? That you can't your special interests can't get them out. We the goddamn special interests, the people, not black, Nina. We're talking. She says only thing I disagree with is the black white thing, and as well as the African American thing. She says that in her conversations, and they don't understand that takes power from you. That sets up the caste system that you're at the bottom of the goddamn pyramid caste system, right? The whole base, the foundation of everything, but you're still at the bottom. You're not receiving, as opposed to like the nutrients supposed to come through the roots first, right? See how that work? And everything else, that's your children. Like so, y'all have even if you at the bottom and you the foundation of something, you still have to switch it, the paradigm. Like I said, I do the chess thing, right? We talk chess. We have black white pieces, right? I just seen a movie, right? A matter of fact, it was the RZA movie. RZA would play chess in the park with the old man, right? And the old man had the black side. He's sitting there with the chessboard all day. He's just waiting on people to play him in chess. But he got the black pieces on his side. Now keep peep game now. RZA come in the park, sit down on the chessboard, right? And he like, your move. Like you move first, like because it's the white side move first. I see the subtleties in these movies, even though we're creating them we're still programmed. Like when I play chess, anybody know me, they be like, yo, if it's black, white pieces, black move first. If it's gonna be, if we have black and white pieces, it can be red or blue. It's a toss-up. Let's flip the coin. Red or blue? Who's going first? Red or blue? Right? Think about what I'm saying. If we have red and blue pieces, who moves first? Democrats or Republicans? Blood or Crip? Which moves first, right? Now, if they say, well, this organization was started before them, so then, it's the Crips, then they should go first, right? That would be an argument. You'd be like, yeah, it's cool. But when we're talking chess and it's a black-white piece, why does, in your mind, that the white piece has to move first? Can anybody explain that? Is this a thing? But this is how you guys think program. So when you say black-white, Nina, as a politician, you know, no matter what you're talking about, Bernie Sanders ain't just pandering to us. Y'all got to get them to vote for you too. So the things that you're saying, right, will benefit all. Think about this right here. If he gets in office and he can successfully put bills through executive orders and say, okay, marijuana crimes, people get that expunged on their record, we can get people out of prison for marijuana, right? Think about it nationally. That's not just us. Asian people, Arab people, so-called Caucasian people will be benefits from that, right? See how that work? You understand? Medicare, Medicaid, or whatever, right? Motherfuckers are going to benefit from that. So these are not black-white issues. So these are American issues. If we're giving away billions of dollars, trillions of dollars every year of our tax dollars outside this country to help other people, help us first. That don't make sense. Why? The crime is happening in Chicago, LA, Las Vegas, Newark, anywhere because of the economic conditions. That's it. Nothing. That should be the number one conversation that Nina Turner talks about when it comes to Bernie Sanders. How are we going to fund these communities? Period. Period.com. It's about poor people. If we let's take it there. It's not about black or white. It's about poor.
You know what, Joe?
That's what we're gonna change. Yeah, brother.
I mean, even when you dealing with all that, right? You need basic skills, man. Basic skills would be you have to know how to fix a house, or you have to know the components of a house. You know, you got your plumbing, you got your electrician, you got the carpentry, you got the brick mason or whatever, and then in these days you need to know something about boilers or black seals or blue seals or yellow seals or green seals or whatever, right? So that's something that we should all know how to do, like that should be basic science of living, of how to reserve your life, food, fire, water, and shelter. You understand what I'm saying? Them should be the basic common skills that all people should know how to do. You know what I'm saying? Then outside of that, see, once you got skills like that, now you don't have to hire people to do that type of stuff. So now even you got houses. Let's say if it was 10 of us, right? And let's say we went and bought 10 houses and we all worked together on all 10 of the houses. You know what I'm saying? We all two of us is electricians, two of us is carpenters, carpentry, two of us brick masonry, etc. You know what I'm saying? That's what the problem is. The problem is niggas don't want to sit nowhere and learn no tangible skills. They want everything given to them. And I'm not saying like from the point that, okay, you don't have an opportunity, but you got to have knowledge of self, regardless of whatever the fuck you think knowledge of self is. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge of self could be wiping your damn ass. You know what I'm saying? That could be knowledge of self or whatever. But for the most part, you got to know real knowledge of self or how to survive out here outside of the realms of being able to go to college or whatever. And that's the problem. Most niggas don't have no real skills. You don't see motherfuckers really working or having a real job or shit. Like, I'm not saying a real job. I ain't trying to.
Hey, bro, I want to address that real fast. Shout out to brother Zoe Taylor, aka Zoe Hustle, Project Tomahawk, right? And which is once it can work in Grand Rapids, Michigan, it can work in anywhere, right? So we're talking about giving skills. Matter of fact, shout out to Q Buddy and Science Institute, because he just don't just educate the children. They get GEDs, OSHA cards, things like that or whatever, training, things that people can actually use, right? So when we're talking things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? actual skill sets and stuff like that or whatever. Miss Nina Turner was talking about um, Bernie Sanders' work with the unions and things of that nature, whatever. Um, I think a lot of that stuff has to be retooled because they're not going to do it. Nobody's going to give up power. Power only concedes the power. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So when these people, they're going to say, well, you guys can only, even in the union situation, so-called minorities only get a certain percentage of the union jobs. That don't feel right to me. That sounds crazy. So that has to be addressed.
But what is the minority? See, they got
Let's have that conversation. Go ahead, brother.
they got us compartmentalized. I mean, compartmentalized, right? So they bring up these terminologies like minority, right? The fuck is a minority? Because at the end of the day, everybody here outside of the European is a minority. That means a Chinese, that means Hispanic,
Right.
Latino, that means African. So when we talk for us, we need to start talking for us in first person. Just like another person, if they was at their country, they will be talking for them. They wouldn't
Right.
be trying to say, oh, well, we need to include these people. No, no, no. We need to get our shit together first because everybody seems perfectly fine to me over this motherfucker when they come. They come here for a reason. If you jumped on a motherfucking life raft and came across the motherfucking waters or whatever, and you sharks and shit biting you, you think you gonna come over here and fail?
Right. Warning: risk is at your own reward. That's what the scriptures say.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, they knew when to come. Because you didn't see these motherfuckers piling up over here during the Jim Crow era, right
that's
after
right.
emancipation.
Hmm.
You see what
Man,
I'm saying? And so what it was is to take away who we was, and that's what being a minority is. You
they
don't
be
know who
having
the hell
people
you
look.
are.
They had people in that country spying like, yeah, man, it's safe, it's clear. They ain't hanging niggas no more. So we good now. And then, like I
Right.
said, that's the whole. But see, like I told you, it all came in at the same fucking time, bro. They passed the Civil
Fact.
Rights Act in 1964, and then they passed the Hart Celler Act in 1975. Man, come on, man.
Yo, so there's
You know
simple
why?
solutions to a lot of this stuff, right? So like I say, I like the fact that I would like to see Sister Nina Turner as Bernie Sanders running mate. That would energize everybody. Everybody else would just sit down. Kamala Harris, Booker, everybody sit down because it'd just be over. Because Bernie Sanders, at the end of the day, um, probably would be the better candidate if you're like boom, like you had a million, they would give you $1 million for your presidential vote, right? You're gonna vote one of them, right? He would be the better of all the lesser ones. Like y'all follow me? And it's just for Americans. Say I think the pandering to the Breakfast Club and saying certain things, whatever, is in the catering to us. What's the tangibles? And so for the sister to know about HR 40, no, there's no tangible there because she was in there when they were passing this so-called bill around and with no teeth in it. Matter of fact, it don't even have a mouth. It's just
We don't
we
need
don't need
HR
HR
40.
40. Crazy.
HR 40 is for African American.
I,
HR
yeah,
40.
that shit don't exist. That's what I'm saying. African
Yeah,
American does not exist. It's
that's
a
right.
psychological construct that is a part of the eugenic system. It's a part of a system that puts the indigenous people around the world in a lesser position. In Haiti, and niggas is 99% there. Like, you know what I'm saying? The niggas is still feeling a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because of this caste system. Now, I gotta say this, y'all. Like, it's a little sidebar. I gotta say this, man. I seen a quick little clip of the Jabari and another brother was speaking to a sister from the continent, right? Forgot where she said she was from. And beautiful sister. She was telling, she was like saying certain things like, "Yo, we don't want them on our money no more." I'm like, I'm already with you, sister. That's what I'm talking about. They're having those type of conversations on the continent. Why are these people on our money? That's a revolutionized conversation. And, oh, the president, they asked you a question about why the president not just doing it. They're like, well, that's a good point. The people put the president in office, not them. Their special interest doesn't have anything to do with it. There's a guy in the president of the United States right now, right? Which is just a job. I wouldn't want the job. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't want the job. There's too much comes with the job and not enough pay. Trump tell you that he gave the money back. He's like, man, I don't want this shit. It's too much work. Y'all follow me? Too much scrutiny, but let's pay. Point being is the people. He didn't even put no money up. The media they did an anti-media campaign. That's all you got to say, man. The media's he rode the Alex Jones wave. And guess what? If y'all push the black thing, they're gonna push the white thing wave back on you. So the same liberals that's telling y'all blah blah blah, they with you, they gonna run up in there, they gonna tell y'all they voting for Bernie Sanders or blah whatever liberal do you think they voting for? They're voting for Trump, dummies. Okay? Trump affirms their so-called whiteness, aka degeneracy, dummies. That's the goddamn problem. And nobody's gonna tell you this. No, man, it's other channels that's free. Salute, right? Not in no mainstream. Now, Nina might not need to tell y'all either. We're gonna support her. She needs to play her position to be the queen of the goddamn board, right? Y'all heard? So I'm riding with that or whatever. And we gotta, like I said, man, like everybody got a chance to grow. Michael Jordan could be the greatest philanthropist the world has ever seen. But don't make it a black-white thing, y'all, because that don't work. It's not working. Okay? It does not work. We need dollars, whether the Republicans got to sign off on it. This is for the betterment of America. This bill is not about black or white. It's about stopping crime, saving lives, and creating policies that are beneficial for Americans. Will make more people want to come to America. This is already the greatest country on the planet. See how this works? Let's make it safe and for everybody. Now,
Hey,
don't
Chase,
agree with
we don't need these people to make no policies for us, man. We supposed to enforce the policies that's already out there for us, man. Them people that's like dealing with Bernie Sanders and all them, man. Like I said, look, I mean, we can look for some type of change, but them niggas ain't gonna bring no change, my brother. Like the change gotta come from within, man. It has to come from. We have to know better, bro. It's massive opportunities out here for niggas, and niggas still don't do it. Niggas still just like I went to a town hall meeting, like my man, like the man was saying. He said niggas will catch an Uber to sitting in front of a abandoned building all day long just to sell, make a couple $100 and never ask who fucking house is this, man? Let's buy this house. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't want like some. You have to. You know you never been to school. You never try to do other things. It's opportunities out there, but we need tangible skills. We need what these people gonna give us? What, more black colleges? They gonna give us more black colleges? I mean, it's gonna have to really start within the communities, bro. Remember how my man said in the 70s, to start this shit all over, we gonna have to get rid of the pimps, the pushers, and the motherfucking prostitutes. And the motherfucking gang.
He said, nigga, is you crazy?
But that's what's gonna have to happen. That's what's gonna have to happen because you don't see that in
luxury.
Bro,
yeah,
you don't see that in no other.
You know, I agree with you, but I gotta say this though, from a practical standpoint, we still do have them on our money. Check. Foreign.
No, money. That's their money.
No.
That's their promise revenue.
I'm JG Wentworth, brother. Now, I mean, you have this is my brother, but we have a difference of opinion when it comes to certain things, and that's healthy for us to build on them, right? He might say something to me, I'll be like, yeah, that was really, I kind of agree with that part right there, right? But this is a build right here, y'all. It's not a debate. Y'all gotta figure that out sometimes. You don't have to go argue with people just because you don't agree with something that somebody's saying. For me, right? Like me knowing the history of Mississippi, right? For instance, the wealth came from the land, the people that cultivated this from the land. Okay, it made it the wealthiest state in the union. Okay, period. And because people had jobs and were working in this industry, y'all automatically say these are slaves, and it's technically right, but when it's talking historically, people wasn't getting beat. These things wasn't happening like that or whatever. And we can prove this with historical documentation. Now, when they wanted to displace people, this is the late 1800s, 1900s. People get that confused with the 1600s. These people was not here in the 1600s and the 1700s, especially in Mississippi. This is new. So people get Massachusetts confused with Alabama, aka Alabama. They're not the same things going on in the 1600s in Virginia that's going on in Florida, so on and so forth, y'all. So we got to stop blanketing everybody under those type of conditions too. You know what I'm saying? Well, all these people came in through South Carolina. Everybody's slaves. No, no, it's not true. Y'all understand what
Everybody
I'm saying?
came
So
from South Carolina when they was enslaved. And you know what? We gonna have
right,
to
they could have
really.
just brought you from Florida, and then they like, oh, Georgia area, that's Georgia now, right? Oh, this is you from a foreign land, right? Because you were speaking French or Spanish or some variations of another tribe. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So once again, though, they tell us stuff that is not historically accurate. When we talk about the Revolutionary War, the Tuscaroras, like we had wars before the Revolutionary War with the British. They're not fighting Native Americans. There's no such thing as Native American. They're not fighting a bunch of mulattoes. They're fighting Negroes here in America. This is what it is. So we got to stop being so goddamn slow. Who was the president? Who was the leader that George Washington, right? Washington, who who was his commander in chief? Who made him a general? Who gave him told him what to go do? Who did that? When was he a colonel? When was he a major? When was he a captain? When was he a fucking lieutenant? Did he go to West Point? How did he get here? Y'all have to ask questions, man. We can't keep accepting stuff. But getting back to the money, right? Mississippi, the wealth in the Mississippi, right, comes directly today. The wealth is there today. The banking, everything that is today, it comes from the land and the people that were there. Still does. From the oceans, everything else, right? That's our shit. We need to get paid for that when it comes to reparations and restitutions and certain things or whatever. That's what I'm saying. And if right now it's just computer numbers, that's fine. I want all those commas, all those digits. Period. And I say us, to go into the community. We gotta fight for that. That's our shit. Take them off the money. That's paper money is gonna be not. It's gonna be obsolete real soon. Trust me. So so a lot of us gonna be like, well, we got to go through their banking systems when we could do it ourselves. We have the technology, we have the wealth to run through us and do it intercontinentally or internationally. Y'all see, we already international. Shout out to Todd Data once again, Mr. International. Why not trade? Why are we not trying to do business with India right now? Makes no sense. Somebody need to explain it to
We
me.
gotta have some resources to do business with them.
Oh, I got you, but check this out, right? Say you produce something, right? And you can produce one of it. That means you can produce millions of them. And you say, okay, boom. You make a website. You take a picture of it, hold it in your hand. You say, hey, this is something I produce. It only costs um, $1 US, right? And you market it to China. You market it to India, to billions of people, right? And then you get the order because now they millions of people have ordered this said thing that you have in your hand. Y'all follow me?
Man, them niggas on bootleg. They gonna bootleg that shit, man.
That's all fine and then.
They gonna bootleg it.
Like there's a lot of and they, trust me. So
Nah,
why
yeah. I
not?
mean, yeah, that's a
I'm
start,
like
bro.
Todd Data though. Why not get in on the inside of that and look at it the way they look at it? Right? It's more than one country, y'all. We got hundreds of countries out here that we could do
But
business
we
with.
gotta lock our own people down first.
I believe with steps that we gotta take. You know, we don't need to jump the gun. We need to take every precision. And one of the main things is getting ourselves together. You know what I mean? We can't be looking at doing business with people who can't even get ourselves together. So, you know, we gotta really start taking these steps into consideration and just really go through with the steps. One foot after the next foot. You see what I'm saying? And that's just how we need to play this because like the brother Antonio once said earlier, people don't even know how to what agriculture no more. They don't know what tree is this. And I can show you 10 different random items that we use from whatever, and you can name it. But I can show you 20 different plants, and you couldn't name not one of them. You see what I'm saying? You couldn't tell me whether they poisonous or not. And these are the essentials that you would need in a crisis. If all this shit go to hell, man, you're gonna need
Mm-hmm.
to know these particular things.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to know how to wash clothes. You're gonna need to know that how to keep your body nurtured with fresh water. What is fresh water? Moving water. See, it's certain things that you gotta know, man. What plants are good for this time of the year, leading into the winter. It's plants that grow all year, man. You don't even know. We sit here. don't know a damn thing, but you know how to get on YouTube, you know how to screenshot, you know how to Snapchat, now this other bullshit. But you don't know what plant that you can rub on your joints. You don't know what plant you can eat to give you nitrogen to help break down the food. Like you don't know these things. They sitting around in your yard right now.
Now, what Chief was saying about doing trades in India, that's good, but we gotta get our own people on point first, man. You gotta try to get that attention, like, and it's tough work, like it's tough work, but it has to start from some place, man. And like I said, man, we need like people need like whatever the focus is. What is the five major um how do you want to say the five major employment, like, you know what I'm saying, like employment jobs, like, or things that we need that's going to help you benefit them. Indian motherfuckers work with techs, man. They work with computer science. They go to school for computer science, man. You know what I'm saying? And that shit doesn't, it's a lot of math involved, but them motherfuckers is them niggas don't listen to rap music. They don't be getting high at 16. They don't be drinking early. Them motherfuckers is like robots, man. You know what I'm saying? And they're sitting in the house. They won't. I'm telling you, they live a totally different lifestyle than how we live. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people is able to really focus on certain things because they don't have the outside distractions that some of us may have. You may live in a hall. You may live in a building where it's crackheads at, man. You know what I'm saying? Or you may live in an area where it's gang niggas in front. That's why I say it's the negative. It's the negative stereotypes, man. If a nigga on the radio pushing, killing, talking about killing other black people, that nigga's a fucking enemy, man. That nigga, how could he be someone that someone look up to? How can somebody like that tell my man, I'ma pop this nigga and then make a rhythm like, yo, like, and we listen to this shit. We listen to niggas talk about killing each other and taking, like this shit is a game or something, man. You know, and that all of that goes into everything, bro. It goes into psychological um uh, uh, um attention that a lot of people needs, man. Cause a lot of motherfuckers out here is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And they definitely need to talk to someone to get a lot of shit off of their mind or to get a lot of shit off of, you know what I'm saying, just off of their spirit in general, man. You need spiritual cleansing, man. Also, on top of everything, man. Because we the only people who been through a lot of the shit we've been through in this country, man. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us is emotional, destroyed. You know what I'm saying? We have families that where any type of way I can be in the hood or I can be somewhere and I see grown ass able-bodied men, right? I see grown ass able-bodied men begging for change with snot in their nose. Grown ass men. What the fuck broke you to make you look like that, nigga? Your mother ain't raised you to look like that. You
You
understand what I'm
understand
saying?
what I'm saying? Well, hey, so every so real quick, Ab, and then I'm gonna let you go. So I want you to we 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 in a different generation. Me and A1 in a generation, and you in a generation, right? So we can get your perspective, right? Because we were in your perspective before, but I want to see if your perspective matched ours in that time. You understand what I'm saying? So go back to what I'm saying, right? When we talk about everything that we talk about, I know for 100% facts, if the funding went into these communities, okay? If the funding, if the funding went into creating jobs to rebuild Flint's and Detroit's waters, America's water system,
Hold up, hold up.
America's
Stay right there.
infrastructure.
Stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Hold on, don't go nowhere with that. All right,
Okay.
so you get the funding.
Huh?
All right, what's the next?
No, that's the step, and have the training programs like Project Tomahawk, Zyx Institute, what any other schools, school of thoughts. If you have a economic and a vocational, thing, that you're doing, that's important. No matter what your ideology is, you have to have the the foundation from some type of economic empowerment, right? Creating jobs, creating things in your communities, right? It could start small, but a small thing could be national, right? Other people can take certain blueprints or certain examples that have happened in America, right? Or any other countries that, for that matter, we take those things. Okay, this works for us. Let's out. None of those. We can have all the goddamn ideas on the planet. If we don't have the funding, it's over. It's only a conversation like we're having all the time online. We're having conversations like, oh, well, we're going to get them all our money. What's the plan for that? You have to have an alternative. Here's the alternative. Here's the alternative. Here's what the money's going to look like in Africa, right? Or in this country or whatever you're talking about, sis. Here's who's going to be on here. Our great, 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 great fathers of this, it's like us.
Chief, you
Period.
still you going in
And
and out?
money matters. Money is power. Wealth. If the wealth thing swapped over and it went with us, we would be in position. We would be doing the hiring. We would, that's how that works.
So what kind of skills do you think we need though, Chief? Let's be for real. What kind of all right, let's talk about tangible skills. All right. So we need we get the funding, right? You get the funding, you need to start first, you got a community, right? So in the community, you need certain things in the community. Laundromat, grocery stores, hardware stores, etc. Right? So then you need people to operate that, right? But you, like I said, it's a lot of other things that go into place play with that too, right? Because jobs, we should not be talking about jobs when you got thousands of people lined up at the fucking border who come in here for jobs and know they gonna find work. They know they gonna find work. So it ain't no endless. It's just an endless supply. Motherfuckers don't want to hire niggas.
Yo, let me
That's
ask you
what
a
it is.
question, bro. No, and it's an economic. There's a social, political, economic reason for this, right? Point being is, right, we can't do that in Mexico. We can't go across the border right now, so-called Mexico, and start. We can't go over there and start usurping the resources from the land. We can't do that. They don't. The government don't even have to come see us. The people are going to come see us.
That's right.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
And the brothers, Big Chief can go right across the border right now to Tijuana in 5 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, right? He could be right there. He can't go over there and do that shit that they doing right there in San Diego. Y'all crazy as hell, man. Y'all, we the only slow motherfuckers, man.
Mm-hmm.
That don't make no sense.
That's a fact.
That don't make no sense. So Bernie Sanders doesn't agree with that. He agrees with so-called border control. Or guess what? Let's open it up and let's have an equitable business arrangement. How about that? So people don't have to come over here. Damn it, they already over there. You already making money. You already got McDonald's over there. You already got it's the same fucking land. Stop being slow. You can get Del Taco over there too. Or whatever you want. Like
yeah, but let me ask you a question. All right.
Money, man. Yeah, go ahead.
So all right. So we are on the same land, right? But we surrounded by people who got different cultures, and sometimes a lot of cultures they work out, but then a lot of time they clash because whether how we look at it, like just like my man said, you look over there, you got the Filipinos, they work in the they work in the medical. They work in the medical shit. You know what I'm saying? And you got certain other class of people, like you got a lot of Africans, they come over here to be, you know what I'm saying, to be doctors. The same thing with the Indians. So people come over here and find their place, right? But when they come to us, we don't even have none of that, man. We got niggas all scattered around, man. The majority, and then the other 60%, everybody want to be a drug dealer or want to be a gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. The problem is the negative shit we see, man. I know nobody never gonna admit that rap music is fucked up. No one never gonna admit that. And listen, I'm a hip hop, I'm a b-boy. I'm a fucking straight b-boy. I done came up in every era of hip hop, fucking nameplate brass buckles, fucking lead patch on the bottom, take the leads off, taper jeans, all that shit. But when you start hearing shit that, understand this, bro, for every nigga who talk about killing another nigga, like that, like that's something we should be appalled about. Like, man, what? You talking about you gonna kill somebody? Like what? And you playing that shit over the radio and you programming that shit in people's mentality and their mental, and they hearing this shit. So, now I know you got motherfuckers out there that say, man, you gonna do what you gonna do any man. That's not true. That's not true. You have some gullible people out here. I've seen them, and you have too.
Nah, that's a fact because it's a lot of things that culture hip hop culture started talking about. Like you seen it from the B boys, the drug dealers, talking about hustling early '80s, early '90s to the 2000s, people doing the drugs. And you seen the influence that it played on the people that was listening to this music. A lot of people want to be the drug dealers. Now you got a lot of people wanting to be the druggies. A lot of people
That's
want
right.
to take these drugs that you see on these particular hip hop. And hip hop is not what it
That
was.
stripper shit
It,
too. Don't forget that shit. That
oh
stripper
yeah,
shit
the
too.
stripper. Well, without hip hop culture, there would be no strip clubs popping like it is now. There would be no twerking, no money throwing around. There would be no
But
a
who
lot of them people
implemented
mama.
that though? We know somebody implemented that though. AP. Like what I'm saying is, because I was thinking about this, right? When you go back and you look at hip hop, niggas be like, all right, it was a sausage party because it was all men or whatever. But it was niggas hanging out who was rapping and doing that shit. So you go back to the oldest videos, they ain't had no really they had women in it, but they wasn't like shaking their ass and doing all that. Nigga might have had his chick in the video or on some type of shit like that. It wasn't no like, or a nigga made a song about a woman or whatever, but it just wasn't no you standing there and the six women behind you twerking and shit like, and you rapping like, come on, man. Like the shit is just some goofy shit. Because like even when you start talking about the stripper shit, right? Nigga talking about that ain't our culture, motherfucker. That's some harlot culture. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no that ain't no righteousness involved. We, we was twerking. We was twerking before. Yeah, you might have been twerking to a certain thing, but it's not the same thing. Like you understand what I'm saying? A lot of that shit fuck up niggas' minds, man. A lot of that shit fuck your mind up, bro. Especially
Yeah, I agree with some of that. Once again though, y'all, when we look at just the political climate, right? I endorse Sister Nina Turner because the example, she's dark, beautiful, y'all.
what she running for though.
Strong.
She running for vice president.
Yeah, I wanted to do vice president, but in 2024, be ready for the presidency. You know what I'm saying? And so she running her course right now with Bernie Sanders.
Is she mentioning anything about immigrant rights?
About what?
Is she mentioning anything about immigrant rights?
I'm not sure. I gotta go see what their position is on that because they're talking about reparations and stuff like that, and she keeps it real. You feel me? When it comes to certain things, she's like, yo, no, black. She does the black white thing though, and that's the thing that she'll understand that once she gets in the office. You understand what I'm saying? She'll understand that. But we groom who we want in there, and she's other people. Somebody said you got to be like generational, like bloodline, some dumb shit like that. First off, fuck they bloodlines. Her bloodline runs deep here in America, right? She sprung from the soil here, so these are the type of conversations that we're gonna have to have in the open. But when a young Aborigine girl see the Asia Browns or see the Nina Turners, revolutionary, y'all.
What about the Cynthia McKinney?
Yeah, like once again, like we need to bring her out.
And you ain't gonna never see another Cynthia McKinney. They gonna make sure of that.
Man, like I said, like when you do your research on Sister Turner, you'll see what she did in Cleveland and what she's doing now, right? But the importance is that they understand the importance of the Aboriginal woman, the Aboriginal American woman. They understand the importance, the trend setting, the everything, y'all. They always gonna fall to the, and then they want to call you mammies and stuff. Nina, she like how she moves and how she talks. There's no mammy there. You understand my point? She's not. The Bernie Sanders thing is a mutually understandable. Yeah, it's a mutually understandable power thing there. You understand my point? Like she's more powerful than him. He has to know that. Y'all understand my point?
Ain't
so he would be running with her, even though if she's the vice president pick for him, right? If he don't, I already know like it's nothing. We're still going for 2024 for her. Y'all follow me? Point being is that would be his only way he gets in office. Period. That would be his only chance to take out Trump is to bring that system on. Period.
bro.
If not, like, it's gonna be Trump 4 years.
He ain't,
However, just beat him, like, in the votes and stuff like that. That's what you got to do. And because she came from Ohio, she'll energize Ohio. And Ohio's usually the state that Hillary Clinton couldn't win. She could not win that. Period. Nina can. Y'all see how my mind works? I fucks with politics. I used to fuck with politics real heavy. I can tell you a whole bunch of shit about all that shit, right? But when we're talking about the First American Council and what we're doing, like, we're gonna have to endorse city councilmen, mayors, these things or whatever, and put people in there, whatever, and put proposals and put plans on their desk. Okay, that's how that works. For the people, by the people, y'all. That's my position. It takes capital to do that. It takes resources to do that. And these resources, we're standing on our resource and we're not using it. And I can look out the window right now and see them utilizing the resources and we're not. That's our fault. We got to get up and get out and do something.
And we ain't gave everything up. We done bad.
That fight's over. Now let's do it. Let's start over. Let's do it.
But that's the whole problem.
Like AP though, like AP, does men they look for men like us to already have this solved for them, to have construction, great paying jobs already put together and certain stuff, right? So all I'm saying is nobody did that for me. We had to create our own way. I think that's the same way for them. But if we have like-minded people, age doesn't really matter. We can just kind of they can kind of get our perspective and experience on things that they haven't even experienced yet. You understand my point? Just because age has nothing to do with it. You're just saying you just haven't experienced certain things, fatherhood or whatever. You understand my point? And everybody still got to go through these experiences. You're going to get to that age, period. And you're going to be like, damn, I was thinking crazy at 25. And you 35. See what I'm saying? You get to 45, you're going to be like, damn, I was thinking crazy at 35. See what I'm saying? So
niggas talking about reparation?
Huh?
She talking about reparation?
Oh, yeah.
But Bernie ain't talking about.
Huh?
Bernie Sanders ain't talking about.
She already told him that he made a mistake on that. Like I said, bro, she's not one of them yes women or none of that, bro. Like, she be letting their ass have it. Cause she the most powerful force in politics, bro. Besides Trump, like, she's a monster, bro.
She should hook up with Trump.
Huh?
She should hook up with Trump.
What you mean? On the debate? That's what I'm saying though. Like, she's strong, bro. Like we said, we're gonna play some of the interview from the Breakfast Club, but yeah, she been letting them have it. It's just, man, it's like, y'all, it's like when you got the real person talking, this is how you know everything is fake, because everybody should be rallying around the real, supporting the real. They're supposed to be like, she don't need Bernie Sanders. She need a war chest, so to speak, when it comes to finances, right? Check what I'm going with this. Finances, right? It's already built in within us. We keep giving it to the Democratic Party. When they're fundraising, you're fundraising for the Democratic Party. You're not fundraising for us. So don't get it twisted. She works for the Democratic Party. However, that don't mean that, she don't have to always be.
Yeah, they come out of the Democrat.
I mean, they all suck though. She's light years ahead of them. But they don't want the real. Hey, it's like this right now. That lets you know that the Democratic Party some fuck niggas, because you don't want somebody real talking. Bernie Sanders is independent. He's not a Democrat. I just thought about that. She works for an independent candidate. They're going to take the Democratic votes. Y'all see how this works? Because whoever quasi in that independent spot, quasi is going against the Republican to go for the presidency, and I don't even know how that worked, because he wouldn't have to get nominated from the Democratic Party to run for president. You understand my point? He don't even have to be in their conventions. He don't have to have nothing to do with them. So I'm kind of confused in that too. Maybe we're going to get to the bottom of that question. But shit, they ain't got nothing to do with the Democrats. Bernie Sanders is an independent from Vermont. He's an independent senator from Vermont. Go look it up. He's not a Democrat. So he would not be running as a Democrat. He'd be running as an independent. So I think that's an interesting thing. So whatever they doing on the Democratic side of the game, let them do what they do.
What is he
What is
gonna
he going to
do
do
for
for
Negro?
Negro?
Fuck all
Fuck
that.
all that.
Yeah.
What is
Once again, though, they talked about in this interview, they talked about prison reform for sure, but marijuana legalization of marijuana
no
as
crack
well as
crack
cocaine
cocaine
once
and
again,
and
heroin?
heroin.
one step at a time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We gotta get the weed first, right? So for they talk like, well, Obama should already did it. Well, here's the thing: if I was Trump, I would do it before any of them do it to take that off the table for them. I would start implementing Trump. Listen, I would start implementing the Kanye conversation and funding the gangsters in Chicago and other cities. Y'all follow me going with this? I would do all the things. I would be taking everything that the Democrats are saying that's good and doing it. And they'd be like, Trump care. Everybody gets it. Like they can't use, bro. They can't even use it in the thing. Y'all see the genius in this? But back to Bernie Sanders, right? And Nina Turner, she's the power in that relationship. She ties him to the Democrat and they votes and the getting the the black woman vote because that would be the majority of people. I'm gonna say black woman vote. Y'all understand what I'm saying? When I say Aborigine, it's not gonna people maybe listening to this don't understand what I'm saying. Nina Turner is an American Aborigine, right? If you understand what an American is, then that lets you know who an Aboriginal, copper colored people that they found when they came here. That's what we're talking about. So she's a descendant of these people. She has the bloodline that none of them have. Castro, whatever, you know what I'm saying? None of them. So yeah, we got to talk on that level of when we're talking power. We got to speak it in a social setting. So she's had a social setting with at the Breakfast Club, and she just said, that part. But we're talking about the reform for marijuana. They're talking about, well, letting people out of prison, expunging records for marijuana, bro. So it's pretty dope.
Oh, they
Pretty
should
dope.
have been doing that.
that.
Oh, that
Oh,
ain't
that
no
ain't no
gift.
gift.
They should
They
have
should have
been
been
doing.
doing.
Yo, your
Yo,
mic
your
is
mic is
echoing
echoing
like
like
terrible.
terrible.
They should have been, as soon as they legalized the use of marijuana in one state, then they should have did it in all states. They're never going to do that because this money is like a pyramid scam. Okay, now they legalize it in one state and then criminalize it hard in another state, and then the state that they legalized it in, they criminalize. What they did was they started criminalizing homelessness, like in states like Denver and in Seattle. What I'm saying is though, they should have automatically did that. Ain't nobody should be running for no presidency talking about letting us out of jail. Nah, reparations. Ain't fuck all that schooling shit. You know what I'm saying? If niggas, cause niggas could go to school now if they wanted to. They can go to school for free now. If they let immigrants go to school in motherfucking community colleges, then Negroes been listen. I got 7 felonies, man, and I got 3 college degrees, and I ain't paid for one of them. Now, if I'm able to do that, then I know other niggas can do that. Do you understand me? I know damn well other niggas can do that. But they have to realize and understand what's out there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these niggas, like I told you, man, they want to be young drug dealers, man. I go to work when I go to the youth house every 2 Tuesdays out of the month. And I be talking to these young niggas, man. And yo, you got a lot of them that really want to do the right thing, but because of the peer pressure, they be quiet and shy. They don't be really want to do the right thing. And a lot of that shit come from that fake ass gangster tight pants ass lifestyle that these niggas get from this rap music, man. And I'm saying like the whole mentality of things gotta change. You can't fund no gangsters in Chicago. Them niggas is foul. You don't see how them niggas, young Chief Keef and them niggas is in Chicago. Them niggas is out of their fucking mind. You know what I'm saying? Like them niggas is out of their fucking mind, yo. Like the way a lot of
And a
these
lot of these
niggas be
be
acting,
acting.
they ain't no
They ain't no
allies.
allies.
They
Nah, I don't
They
agree
destroying
with
our
that.
destroying our
community.
community.
They
They
destroying our
destroying our
community.
community.
Nah.
It's destroying our community.
I'm saying that once again, the policies
It's
of
destroying our community.
America. I got you. The policies of America are destroying our community.
But
right?
when you going to
Hold
snap
on,
out of it, though? When are you going to realize during the trap?
I
Look,
got you. I
nah,
got
I'm
you.
not.
Like you come from the streets though, bro. So
And I'm
you
okay.
could have went and got a job. But I got you. You could have went and got a job back in the days, but you didn't because it wasn't paying nothing. I remember the minimum wage was like $3.25. Nigga getting $4, you thought you was doing something. An hour, y'all. This is an hour, not a minute, not like an hour. $3.25 an hour. Now it's like what, $7 or some dumb shit an hour. So Bernie Sanders them is pandering and saying, oh well, it's gonna be $15 an hour. The problem with $15 an hour is that things go up.
That's right.
And then people don't hire people, or you have less people in the workforce because people can't pay $15 an hour, right? You see how this work out? You can't pay that. However, they're gonna tax more of your money.
Mm-hmm.
See how this work out? They're gonna tax more of your money.
Right.
So
The cost of living
go up. Yeah, so everything goes up. So they take more money out your check. So it's almost like damn, you know. But point being is we got to get out of being debt slaves. See, that's another thing that Vlad says a lot, and he understands slavery too, y'all. They understand.
Why
would he give up his advantage that he's getting? Like come on, guys. DJ Vlad. Y'all have never been to a party that DJ Vlad has DJ. Never. Ever, never. Nobody's ever heard of him of doing a party or whatever, DJ or been on the radio or made a record, anything, whatever. Let me know. Okay? So y'all got to understand what we're doing, what we're dealing with. We are the solution to our own problem. But funding has to be there, and the funding comes from us. It's our shit. So we gotta put people in positions to get it. That's my opinion. That's my.
You're right. You're right. Everything you're saying, you're right. But it's some shit that we need to do to get ourselves together, though, man. Everything you saying is 100% right, though. But the mitigating factor is a lot of us is out of our fucking minds, and you just cannot just like you know what? I'm an advocate for all that. Whatever you could do to benefit black people or whatever. But what I notice is this, and I notice among my own self, right? You wonder why, like, some of us don't have recurring wealth because we spend unnecessary fucking money, yo. And I'm gonna tell you like that, man. Niggas buy over too much sneakers. And like I said, I'm telling you for myself. Motherfuckers who got money, like these crackers, they got 6, 7 pair of jeans that they've been wearing for the last 10 fucking years, and probably 6 or 7 polo shirts and some suits. And you know what I'm saying? They don't shop like we shop. They don't have the niggas in the strip club throwing money at women. Instead of saying, look, man, how about me give you this money and you do something positive with it? You understand what I'm saying? And niggas think that's a culture of throwing money at women? And the motherfucker sitting in there like, come on, man, like we are out of our fucking mind. And the only way you're gonna get out, the only way you're gonna program that is by understanding what the situation is. Not like you said, you made a good point. I was one of them kids. You absolutely right. Until I realized that it ain't no future in this shit. What's the end result to all this? You know what I'm saying? What's the end result? The end result is opportunities. Like you said, when the minimum wage was $3-4 fucking dollars or whatever. But I'm not gonna lie to you, that didn't stop me from. I couldn't find a motherfucking job. That was one of my biggest problems. I could not find a job.
Yo, okay, so let me address that part. So that's still a problem. You know what I'm saying? That it's just not jobs. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't even be a thing. A person should be able to walk into a door if you don't have certain skill sets or whatever. They train you, whatever the case may be. Now they got, you got to piss in a cup. You ain't pissing the cup for alcohol. Last time I checked, I think somebody just ran somebody over and did some other stuff, had some wrecks, all this type of shit off alcohol, off prescription drugs, right? They're not, you can take what? So what? That once again, that's discriminating. That was some of the things that needs to be done, which is marijuana prohibition. Period. There's no cons to Marijuana, zero.
But see, you know what, bro?
Zero.
Sometimes when it comes to that, we gotta,
Yeah.
I'm not saying anybody like real talk. Sometimes when it comes to that, you gotta know what your priorities is. Is your priorities getting that job, or is your priorities to keep on smoking weed? You know what I'm saying? And it's all on what your priorities. Some niggas in a predicament to where they really need that job to where they can let that weed go. You understand what I'm saying? That separates what is your priorities. Now, some niggas can say, well, fucking, I don't need that job and continue to smoke weed and continue to take care of themselves and do what they do. But you got niggas out here who really need that opportunity and they pass it by because they can't stop smoking. And that's the thing of when I say self-law and master, you got to be able to control yourself no matter what. Lower self, higher self over lower self. And that's what it's all about. When you know when it come down and you got to take a look, and like I said, we all guilty of this shit, bro. But at the end of the day, you can always sit back and say, God damn, yo, did I need to smoke weed that much to where I to let that 70, $80,000 job? And that's only if you want to really work and do all that. A lot of motherfuckers don't really be wanting to be up in a lot of these people's faces where you making that type of money, because that means you gotta really be kissing a lot of ass or yeah, you know, I mean, I didn't seen it. I didn't
I
seen it.
believe I
I didn't
believe
see it.
that's one of the main faults of our people today, man. They overexhaust ourselves working for somebody else's creativity and somebody else's imagination. And they slave you for it, mentally and physically. You
But you
barely
gotta
even have
willing to
enough
be somebody's
time.
student, AP. You got willing to be somebody's student to become a master. If you ain't willing to become nobody's student to become a master, then you ain't gonna never get there. You ain't gonna teach yourself
No,
everything.
you right, but
You know
most
what
of
I'm
these
saying?
business that's making $80,000 not teaching they formula.
Yeah,
They
you
just
right.
teaching you a routine. Now, if you go get you a trade school and you learn the fundamentals of building, agriculture, these
That's
things
right.
that go along with that, then
Hmm.
that can
You
provide
getting
you can drop
contract.
dead, go anywhere the fuck you want to go in the world and be able to put down the job. You learn how to build, you understand masonry, you understand carpentry. You know what
So
I'm saying?
AP, so AP, so look, so who gonna insert that plan into these kids' minds? It's to deter them from being these fake ass tight pants gangsters and to pursue that opportunity of becoming, if they don't have no parents or no strong people, because understand this, bro. If you got a son, you got your son with you all the time, man. Your son watching what you doing. You got your son doing some type of, you know what I'm saying? You teaching them how to fight. You teaching them how to become a man. You know what I'm saying? And at the same token, you telling him, look, man, these are the opportunities out here that's popping right now, man. You could, you know what I'm saying? You can get involved in this. You can get involved in this. You can get involved in this. A lot of motherfuckers don't have that shit at the high school. They got their moms that's pushing them to go to college and do all this
You're
other
right.
shit. They ain't got that man that's look, nigga. We gonna go to carpentry school. You gonna get your own business, or fuck that. You don't wanna go to carpentry school? All right, no problem. Go get your CDL. I'm gonna help you buy a motherfucking truck, and I'm gonna help you find contracts, and you could do your own business
Yo,
like that.
hey, can I address this real fast, bro? And
Bush.
this, I think it's very important that we have to understand that that bond has been broken.
Yes.
Father and son bond has socially been broken, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
Is it needed?
that kind of mirrors the fact is like you hunt, you eat what you kill type shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, that's a man. You actually
Mm-hmm.
not. You actually are dependent and somebody else's hunting and killing for you and to feed your family. So
Yep.
as a man, you know we should have things for our sons to walk into
That's right.
wealth, whether it's the
Oh yeah.
land, sea, land, grow shit, whatever, businesses, whatever. That's the challenge. Those are the fuck all these fake ass challenges y'all be doing. Challenge yourselves to build something that's yours that you can pass to your sons and daughters. And oh, and I want to address this too when we're talking about this, right? And I know there's some very powerful, successful sisters out there, right? But they'd rather be mothers and be home and be taken care of, so they don't have to be at the strip clubs trying to provide a living for they. So I don't knock drug dealers or sisters in the strip clubs, right? Because it's up to the men that have our youngsters out there doing that and have our sisters in the strip clubs doing it. So it gets back to our responsibility. If that's something we don't like, then we change it. That's how that works. And we have to be successful. The youngsters ain't gonna listen to a nigga ain't successful, man, or ain't spitting something real. Like we've had a lot of people spit something real to us, but he's a bum. You're like, yeah, I don't want to be what he is. Like that information didn't help him in his life. He's not a fly. Nah, I'm cool. Right now, that's not everything, but yo, if you got this information, that means you got 500 acres to back it up. That's how it works. So that's what this information breeds, and that's what we have to start organizing to do. When we're talking about organizing, the same way that the Democrats, Republicans, Independents, and everybody's organizing, we're organizing. That's the key. And so you'll see brothers like us coming through y'all cities, we speaking and having these same type of conversations, but face to face with you. Building and sitting and connecting on lasting relationships that we can economically set up things. Listen, y'all, if Madam C.J. Walker could do this in the time period she was doing it in, we are embarrassing to the ancestors. Period. I don't care how many coops you got, what you doing, you're a clown. If you ain't creating something. I heard Kanye say this in his Big Boy interview. He said, land, all that other shit, jewelry and all that other shit, they were talking about how cheap it is and what the really value of it is. Me being a jeweler, I understand that too, right? You're going to sell something as cheap as you can buy it for. If you can buy a flawless diamond for dirt cheap, right, you're going to sell it for what it's worth on the market. You're going to get some motherfucking Dak Prescott numbers around this motherfucker. You're going to want the most money as you can get. Matter of fact, if you find the shit and you get it for free, you find out what the worth is, you ain't going to go give it to the pawn shop for far less of the value of it. That'd be slow. And that's what we do. We sell ourselves out too fucking value too much. So I see the value in Nina Turner, for instance. They need her. She don't need them. Their whole party need them. So once she can get to that point, but she understands that, we can help her. Then we understand that. But at the same time, can you imagine the sisters that we have that could be presidents of of this country? Think about it. We just talking about Nina. Like she got a long way to go. That's how that works. So it ain't about it's about making chess moves, y'all. So that's what we're talking about, taking this thing to the next level. But yeah, that's kind of once again everything goes back to resources. If everything was free, that'd be cool. We'd be like, yo, we just got all these tractors and we got this stuff, whatever to do this. It's all free. John Deere ain't doing nothing for free. You understand what I'm saying? Seas man, them ain't doing nothing for free. Niggas want their money. So we gotta figure it out. And but we gotta be willing to work hard. So okay, let's build greenhouses, for instance. Let's cultivating onions. Whatever, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's no excuse no more. It's no excuse.
Hey, I remember when Jason Williams, right, the one used to play for the Nets, right? Him and his father built a house together. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas ain't got that type of skills. You get these niggas that come home from prison and get around these kids. You got some good niggas. Like, some niggas is good. But then you got the turn side to that, where you get the niggas who teach a lot of these kids to become little fake ass thugs and and these kids look up to that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is this, man. We ain't got no fucking skills, bro. You think skills is dancing, basketball, football? Yeah, that's skills. But skills is tangible skills, mean knowledge. That we don't have practical knowledge. Because we don't have people in our ears who, some of us don't have the quality of mind to conceive some of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of our minds is on, man, I watch motherfuckers on Facebook all the time when it come graduation time. Or when it come high school or time to take the kids to school and everything. And I'll be looking to see what you going to school for? Ain't going to school for some bullshit. Ain't going to school for no engineering. Ain't going to school for no science. Ain't going to school for no biology. Ain't going to school for no computer science. Ain't going to school with nothing dealing with technology. You know what I'm saying? Right here in Jersey where I'm at, we got the New Jersey Institute of Technology, right? You got some Negroes in there. I mean, American Negroes, American Aborigine brothers. But then you
Then
got a
you got
lot
a
of
lot of. Is it like
immigrants.
MIT, bro?
What's that? The what? MIT.
MIT Institute of Technology. Is it like?
Yeah.
Is it like
Same shit. Same shit. But it's
NIT? Okay,
Jersey.
I got you. It's very, very prestigious, y'all. Very prestigious. But here's the thing, though: the people, the ones that are us that are in there, are very talented, very, very, very smart, y'all. They're not gonna be there if they couldn't be. So
And they
the thing
monitor.
is that
They
we
take the
have
best.
to vet them and say, "Yo, we got 600,000 acres out here in Nevada. We need your expertise." You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. So to get land, you need people to know how to build it. Then you know,
We got them though, bro.
all right, but listen, I'm just saying. So we need to build it. We need people with building. We need people who know how to operate bulldozers, heavy equipment. You know what I'm saying? We need that type of resources. We need people who know how to filter water. You know what I'm saying? Or water, or know how to filter water and purify water. You know what I'm saying? For large communities. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that come into it, but mainly it's skills, man. You need a community of people who got skills, and then them skills could be passed on to other people within the community. So the skills will never die off. Everybody will be required. Everybody should be required to learn these certain skills. But that's what I'm saying. We in a technology era now where everything is tech. Everything is tech. Everything tech. Nobody going to school for hard labor no more. The only people doing that is a lot of these Mexicans, a lot of these motherfuckers come over here. These niggas come fix up a fucking house like a heartbeat. And then they be drinking. Then they go and drink their little beers and whatever. These little niggas in the hood could be doing that. But they too busy trying to be like Gucci man. They too busy trying to be like this nigga. They too busy trying to be like this nigga. And the shit that they chasing ain't got no future. It's a small percentage of people who make it in that field, and the rest of the motherfuckers on the outside, and they was has-beens. Oh yeah, I used to do this. Just like I said, all right, I used to play football. You understand what I'm saying? How many motherfuckers had the dream of going somewhere, doing something, and never been able to achieve it? And then after that, they was never able to do nothing else. I know a lot of motherfuckers. Nigga like a nigga in my neighborhood, Luther Wright. I don't know if you niggas know Luther Wright. Luther Wright used to play for he used to play in the NBA. This nigga's a fucking bum. I mean, and no. I mean, he got mental issues, of course, but he's what you would call a homeless man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not saying that because that's a flip side too of an individual that's free, that's without materialism, and it's actually what you call a prototype of what Buddha's supposed to have been when you take a path of enlightenment. Is to refrain from all um material items and all of the things like that you was doing when you wasn't on your path of enlightenment. So you can look at a homeless man, you can look at that two ways. But I know ain't nobody trying to be that, you know what I'm saying, voluntarily. What I'm saying is this, man. You know, we first of all, it has to start with tutoring. You have to tutor some of these kids. You have to work with them, have to let them know, all right, what's opportunities out here. And you have to know how to enforce some of these rights that was made for us. Fuck all that. Skip through the minority reading and say, no, this was made for black, colored people, or Negroes. This was who this was made for. So we supposed to be getting first dibs at a lot of these opportunities that's out here. It shouldn't be no, oh no. Well, first we had to compete with white people. Now we got to compete with white people, other black immigrants, other Indians, Chinese, Latino, Hispanics. So first it was white people for the greater half of 60 years. You look at the census, you see that. Well, none of these immigrants over here like it is now, right? Now you have to compete with everything. Then you got to compete with other minorities that you fighting for to come over here and take opportunities from you. And you don't even have a fucking opportunity. We up here talking about fucking jobs, and you got people at the motherfucking border right now who know they gonna get a job when they come here, but niggas in the hood don't even have that confidence in America and don't even know what opportunities they had. Because a lot of niggas got PI, what we call PIG, problem instant gratification. You know what I'm saying? They want instant grad. They want everything instantly. They don't want to really put no hard. They want to put hard work in to kill niggas. Oh, I just put some work in. You always hear young niggas out there saying, I had to put work in. So you had to put work in to take a life, or you had to put work in to shoot a nigga where you might have fucked his. You might have nigga might got pins and shit all in his legs, or nigga might have a shit bag, or nigga might be paralyzed. You did all that just for status, to be in a worthless ass fucking gang that is only credible on the fucking streets and in fucking jail around a bunch of other bum ass niggas, instead of taking that same passion and doing something to better humanity. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. And I don't respect no nigga who do shit like that and take away from your own fucking people, because at the end of the day, if you ain't got, you have to have knowledge of fucking self, man. And that means what's knowledge of self? Knowledge of self, at least having some fucking sense, man. Or your mother raised you with some goddamn sense. Or somebody in your family showed you love or showed you attention and showed you right from wrong and you knew it. You ain't no a lot of these motherfuckers out here sociopaths, man. They do whatever they have to do to please society.
Well, one thing is for sure though, right? When we talk about this culture, and I kind of go back to this Kanye interview with Big Boy, right? He was talking about this culture is strip clubs, this culture is drug dealing, this culture is fucking other niggas, bitches and shit. And that's when he said about his uh, 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 Christian card went down when he said that part, right? Point being is that his whole how everything is, you know what I'm saying? I think the way we perceive it is. You understand my point? Like once again, it goes back to perception. I think that some of the best men are locked up in prison. Let's be clear, right? They're in prison. Now, people get out, like yourself, anybody else, right, that's went through these systems, that shouldn't be a mark on them where they have to, like when you go get a job and certain things or whatever. If you did your death society, you're not on parole, probation, or nothing like that. That shouldn't even come up in the conversation. Or you victim felon, even when they do background checks or whatever, it has nothing to do with your stuff. That's how I feel about it. Now, if you get something or whatever, you're supposed to be working with money because you robbed some banks or did some credit card fraud, some shit like that, whatever. That's something different. I think, they should have some type of scrutiny. But once again, how things are set up, right? Companies are doing that. They don't have to do drug tests. That's not a legal thing. See what I'm saying? So that should be a legal thing for you not to have to, especially in states that is legal in. That don't make sense. Why would you be drug testing me something that I could go to the store and buy? And you have to prescribe me Ritalin or Vicodin or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So this shit crazy how we move. I'm still going back to the problems that we're having can be solved with resources. Period. And whether they look like Ben Franklin's, I take 1 billion Ben Franklins and be cool. And we can 1 trillion Ben Franklins. How about that? And we can take care of a lot of problems that we have in the Americas. So a lot of the savage behavior wouldn't be going on. Be like, dude, like why you selling dope, risking your life, making peanuts when you can come right here and live nice, take care of family, so on and so forth. Got salary, dental. See, and me, I feel like if they're taking money out your check that you worked hard for, it should automatically pay for health care. That's dumb. Who's not for health care? You taking my money. Literally.
That's what happened when you were a slave, man. When you were a slave and you worked in the system, and then people taking all this shit out of your check. Like, I mean, there's ways to set your check up to where, or set your payroll up to where they ain't gotta take nothing. You know what I'm saying? Especially you're Indian not taxed, then you ain't supposed to be paying no damn taxes. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you gotta invest time in to do that type of research too. It ain't just so much when we try to find ourselves, man, it's trying to find find out the reason why they oppress us, why we oppress, why we thrown in jail. And like I said, one of the main reasons is learning basic civics, man. We all should learn that type of shit. But nonetheless, though, when you dealing with resources or whatever, I'm good with the reparations. They could give reparations to all of us. But the problem is, I would love to see people do something positive with it instead of put it back into the system. You know what I'm saying? Take it and learn how to build up communities or build up, not even, you ain't got to build up no communities. You can go buy some land and then get shit built up on the land. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo, you just sparked something, man. Like, we're talking about giving reparations. I feel like before they start handing out checks, they should put the money into the communities in the forms of business grants. So you have businesses who are competing with a conglomerate. They already got a conglomerate. Listen, y'all, no disrespect to Arabs or Asians, but they already have a conglomerate in America off of us. I'm telling you, like I'm telling you, like if you in the hair care business, we talk about Madam C.J. Walker and all the things that she did, whether they came and took it from curling irons to pressers, everything, they produce them and then send them here. My whole thing is that's kind of like don't even make sense. You have to produce it way over there. Matter of fact, you had to get the resources. They don't even have the resources there. Bring the resources there. They could produce it. They could do all that, produce it there, and then send it to us cheaper than we could do it here. Does that make sense? That don't even that psychologically don't even make sense. Like it's just dumb. And why not empower our people to do the things that we could be already doing? And then we're talking our people. We're talking Americans. This is an American problem. We have poor people in America, but you're sending jobs. But we're supporting companies who send the jobs to China.
Mm-hmm.
The dumbest shit I've ever heard, y'all, and we got to stop this dumb shit. And these are the things we're talking about. So whether it's Bernie Sanders, whether it's Nina Turner, or whoever, it needs to have agendas that's good for Americans. See how that work? Like, so Trump might have an idea that Bernie Sanders can tweak it, and put a Sanders touch on it, and voila. You understand what I'm saying? And vice versa. Trump should be listening, like, yo, that makes sense. That goes along with the, you know, make America great again. Check. You want to create jobs in America? Yes. You want to make America safe? Yes. Okay, fund this. It's not his money. Then Trump, check this out. Then Trump, they'll stop looking into the social things that you got going on. Niggas be like, man, Trump just employed America. Trump just released funds into New Era Detroit, and they literally have employed and start building up communities in Chicago. Period. That's making America great again. Jobs left Gary, Indiana, made Gary the murder capital of the world. That's what happened. Not the people's art. That don't make sense. We wasn't killing each other like that until they extracted the jobs in the heartland of America. And we're talking about the Midwest and shit, bro. It makes no sense. So how you send jobs to Mexico and they coming over here to take jobs from us here? That's dumb because that's modern more slavery. If I could send shit down there and not have to pay you shit, think about it, bro. Like it's the dumbest shit ever. We support slavery while we talking about we want reparations. It's the dumbest shit ever. You a dummy. You support slavery in Egypt and you talking about reparations. Go ahead, brother.
Now you right though, big bro, and I think we formulating that, man. But we really gotta get this awareness out, man. We do need to just deal with it, man. Black Americans, man. I'm with that, chief. I'm with that.
Can't deal with that though. Like I said, we gotta look around and see what's best for us. Everybody else live. You see people, they live segregated. They live in their communities among other people. I'm telling you, right now. I live in a community right now where I got all types of people living in my area. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't no problem. I'm cool with everybody. I don't have no problem with nobody. But like I'm saying, when when the spots in the hood is gone, niggas ain't gonna have nowhere to go. And then you give up your spot as soon as you get a job. You go try to go move around some motherfucking, and like I mean it's a double head sword there too. You go try to go move around some damn let's say white people, but just some upper class or some people you think you in the same status with, and then you leave what. That's why America is the way it is, and that's why they claimed it, because we abandoned it. We abandoned it, everything, and like even we talk about the resources. All right, so what can we do? What can we start it off with? Boom. We can go down south. Okay, go buy. I mean, even if you don't have to buy the acres, let's say the reparations would be giving you land and you tax exempt on your own land. The land is yours or whatever, and it's stuff that Lincoln said to go along with building that land. You know what I'm saying? And then it could be a couple of different options for the individual itself, whatever fits the criteria that that person want to fit. But remember, Indians is not taxed, so all that shit is already full. It's already full on what's the name anyway, man. You got full status, you got full status anyway. You just gotta know how to apply it. That shit they doing for these African Americans, HR 40 and shit. That shit ain't for us. That shit is for them. That shit is not for us. Our shit, and even if you, like I said, at this point in time, if you still think you are African American and you don't know no better, then I don't know what to tell you, man. And that goes for these brothers and sisters out here who think they so educated and talking about Kemet and all this old fake ass African shit, but don't know your ass is from this country right here. So if you know what they got already for you just to claim. What it say? Say Indians not. It say Indians. It say Indians that gave up their tribal rule and living within state territory are to be classified as colored. And when you classified as colored, or you give up your rights or whatever, now you can still be living within state territory and still be not taxed.
That's super facts. Hey, so bro, real quick, you read that a lot, right? When you talk about uh colors being transferred to Negroes and stuff like that, right? And with the undrip and A drip, and we have our problems with the undrip and A drip, but one thing is certain: the law states that if you traced yourself and your ancestors back to being colored, Negro colored, copper colored, that means you're the indigenous people of this land, right? Um, I you had said something last night in the bill that we replayed from last year, right? That we don't take advantage of, like you hear all these lawyers talking about reparations. What you said, that you heard all these lawyers talking about reparations, right? But none of them said nothing about getting reparations for being indigenous to this land when there's a goddamn law that has directly has been signed by Barry Obama in 2014 that legal. This is legal precedence, y'all. And he's a constitutional lawyer, so that means he knows who wrote the Constitution. Shout out to Barry Obama.
You just
So
got to know that.
again, y'all, we might need Barry Obama to help us get in certain things. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Because he's not actually one of us when it comes to pushing things for us, but we have to. Friend of friend is my enemy. Enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's it. That's that. Or friend of friend is my enemy. Whatever. You can switch that however you want to switch it. But the point is, though, that you said that the lawyers never use that. Can you kind of elaborate on that, brother?
They ain't supposed to use it. They control. They got a like the puppet, like the puppeteer or the what they call that the van. You know how the motherfucker sit there and got a
They
camera,
got somebody's hand in their butt,
got
man.
a camera. I'm telling you.
Go ahead, bro.
Once you reach a certain level in this shit, that shit is right and exact, bro. You is not going. Once you reach a certain level, and remember, what did we read, man? Do we got to go back into when we read about the doctrine of discovery, and then we went over? Hold up,
You.
hold up, BC, before you come in, because it's going to echo. What was the other? The general civil order? Remember that AP when we went over the general civil order and it was talking
Right.
about how the United States is a corporation and the stockholders, which are the motherfucking what they call that the electoral college are the motherfucking people who own the stocks
Right.
within the United States, man. Did we
Right. The
forget
banker's
this shit?
children.
Have we forgotten this shit? Have we forgotten the 13 families? Which is your DuPonts, your Rockefellers, your JP Morgan Chase, all them
Your Warburgs. Right.
exactly. So them are all the people who are the electoral college. Okay, for to get past the Democrats, you got to get past Nancy Pelosi and certain individuals. Unless somebody open all the doors for you and let you go straight through. There is in that world what they dealing with. There is no chances. George Bush didn't get there by chance. George Bush got there because somebody set it up for him to get there. And when he got there, the person it's like a motherfucker robbed you, took your shit, and he know you took your shit, but he ain't saying nothing about it because he don't want to get robbed again or whatever other punishment gonna come that might be more severe than even being silenced. Fuck it. So Gore ain't say shit because Gore probably they was all in on it, man. There is no, this shit is a corporation. You will want to get yourself out of the corporation and becoming a real indigenous individual, man. That's what this shit is really about. If we
Right.
vote for these people, yeah, we can vote for individuals. Nothing wrong with that to get certain things, but they already got to do certain shit for you automatically. It already tell you whether or not we believe that. Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. If when you call a lot of these motherfuckers out on their shit, especially this legal shit, they gotta uphold to it. They got to uphold to it. Once you say you up, man. Listen, man. I'm telling you, and I'm not even saying it off of no ignorant shit, man. Like even the Constitution, man. You can use the Constitution if you know how to use it. It don't matter if they wrote it. That's their mission. That's their motherfucking mission statement. They can't say on the record that they not going to uphold to the Constitution. Once you lock them in, are you bound by the Constitution, my honor? I mean, sir, are you bound by the Constitution? Yes, I am. Do you honor Supreme Court rulings? Okay, you honor Supreme Court rulings. All right, so whatever Supreme Court ruling that the Supreme Court that passed weed to be legal in Denver, they're not going to use the same thing in New Jersey. Let me say that again. Okay.
Yeah. Say it one more time.
Whatever
The law of the land.
Supreme Court ruling that the motherfucking that whatever the Supreme Court ruled to allow marijuana to be legal in Denver or whatever, it's legal in all 50 something states. You just got to know how to enforce
Facts.
if you want to enforce it, if you want to. But you can easily come out of that even with jurisdiction if you know who you are. If you know who you are.
I mean, yo, so when we even talking about marijuana as a solution, right? To economic situations, it's like handouts. It's like okay, allowing people to get the so-called permission to empower themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Like you have to get permission to grow tomatoes and get licenses and all these other type of dumbass shit, and then to sell them. I can't take my tomatoes from Nevada and then take them to Colorado and sell them because Colorado got certain things. We don't want the Nevada tomatoes here into Colorado because we got our Colorado tomatoes, blah, 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 blah. Y'all understand my point? So you're regulating commerce. You're regulating something with tobacco and everything else. Right. So that's my point. So we look at it from a different perspective. They're infringing on our rights, and you got people in jail off of you infringed on their rights, and then you lock them up. You have no say so over nothing that's going on when somebody's growing something or creating a business for themselves or anything. Period. And if you say, yo, don't use our transportation system to transport your tomatoes, then we create our own. That's how that works. And they understand that. So we have to put the pressure like that. Okay, you don't want us to use, then we don't want that no more to be the way things are delivered we'll form a different pattern. We'll go do a deal with DHL. We're not gonna deal with you no more. You understand my point? Then they lose money because that's not a fucking government agency. We're talking about the postal service, for instance, right? You understand what I'm saying? So then they act as government agents. So then, okay, that's what y'all doing. Fuck y'all. Lose my address. How about that? Y'all understand where I'm going with this? So we
Stop
have to
using your
flex
zip
our
code.
muscle. We have to flex our muscle. Go ahead, brother.
I said stop using your zip code. Then you can easily get away from them on that. But um even what you saying with that, with the growing food, okay? What did we mention? What is that? You have a right to do that, right? The Most High gave you the right to do that. Ain't no man can as long as you ain't growing nothing to injured or hurt or damage or do anything of bodily harm to another person, encroach on the peace or infringe on the peace or whatever. You have all right to grow what the fuck you want to grow. Okay, that's why you know how to enforce Title 18, 242. Now, like I said, a lot of this shit is the shit that they wrote. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you gotta have some remedy for whatever the fuck they doing to you. You
Do
gotta
they?
have your
Do they?
remedy ain't gonna be you ain't gonna they gonna run down on you. You ain't gonna knock all of them out and shit and just walk off and shit with your chest out like that's gonna be the end of it. Like and even if you like you gonna just knock all the motherfuckers that come there to try to arrest you, boom boom boom, knock them all out and then just walk off into the sunset. Nah, buddy, that ain't the way it's gonna work. So unless you gonna do that, then okay. Other than that, you should have some type of legal remedy to get their ass off of you because they are how do you say governed by certain laws and certain ordinance that they got to follow. And long as you are, if you are African American or any of these other so-called social constructions that they made, then you're gonna fall under all that shit. And if you don't come to them right, then it's gonna be the same motherfucking thing, man. And you ain't showing them nothing. You like, listen, man. I mean, I'm just telling you, like, even when it come with skills and all that other stuff, man, we have to have skills. We have to have knowledge itself, man. Like that's one thing when you see like Elijah Muhammad and Nation of Islam doing. He had them niggas. He ain't none of them niggas was on drugs. The motherfuckers was clean cut. And I'm not saying that's the way you gotta roll. You got niggas with dreads and everything. But at the end of the day, man, the motherfuckers, like, he had them niggas programmed. And that's how you see people in China. Like you see China, how China don't let their people get high. They criminalize drugs over there. You get caught with drugs over there, it's a rap or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never coming home or whatever.
Shit, if they're not talking about offing you, they're like, nigga, you
Yeah.
off.
So
Nigga, I just had a joint. Like, yeah. But yo, so yeah, man, you just said some dope shit, man. Like it's so crazy. Like, yo, when we just talking, like some of these issues are simple. You understand what I'm saying? It's not hard. And I just think that we just have a lot of dumb people talking. Now, for me, Bernie Sanders has been a voice of reason for a long time. Like, oh, like that don't make sense. He would say stuff that you would say, like, yo, there's somebody's old uncle or something up in here talking crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? But he would always be the one that would be saying certain things like, yo, that don't make sense. And nah, y'all, what y'all talking about? But he's from Vermont and it's a little state, you know, and we're talking economically too. That's another thing, y'all. So when we're talking, what is he bringing to the table? Right? Is he necessarily bringing a white vote like that? Yeah. So it goes back to the leverage that Nina has by putting herself in a high profile position by, you know, helping a presidential candidate get the nomination. You understand what I'm saying? So don't always, like I said, she's a soldier. So do y'all research? Like I said, when Lotus get up in here, we're gonna run some stuff, whatever, so people can kind of get a feel of who we talking about. And if you do your research on our sister Nina Turner, you'll see what I'm talking about as far as Nina Turner for 2024. I think it makes sense, and we can start marketing and promoting that now. And I don't want to hear this stuff that y'all niggas be talking about all this bloodline stuff. She has to be royal bloodline. If y'all think like that, bro, I don't know what to tell you. Like if you
What's she
honest
from?
with that shit, bro, like bro, I don't even know how like your psyche
Where's
makes
she from, though, Jay?
Ohio. Well, yeah, she was a Congress lady in Ohio, so I think she's from Ohio.
You saying royal bloodline like she not a black American?
Oh no! I was talking about somebody was trying to say that she has, in order for you to run for president, you have to have royal bloodline. And I'm like, her she does have royal bloodline. Her
Chief,
bloodline is from the
Chief,
soil.
we just talked about that.
Yeah, her bloodline is from the soil. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that people not just in Ohio, but when we talk about the Maroons, the Maroon colonies. You know what I'm saying? Cuyahoga, Miami. You know what I'm saying? These are all Negro tribes first. Not about to play with y'all, man. Y'all better get somewhere, man, and have several fucking seats. And so that's that, bro. Like I said, we're gonna get to the interview. It was powerful, but they don't understand when you're saying black and you're saying certain things, you're putting yourself as the just the extra. You know what I'm saying? The token. Maybe we'll give you some crumbs, and you know what I mean. You're putting yourself as being used. So that's what we or misused. We're gonna say everybody needs to be used. Just don't misuse the person. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're dealing with, man. Um, yeah, man. Shout out to the chat room, man. Peace to everybody that's in the thing, man. Shout out to Chief Trauma Hog in the building, man. I definitely will, brother. Get at you. Probably tomorrow. What we got going on? Yeah. Oh, I wanted to make this announcement too. We got 9 Eastern, a little bit after 9 Eastern tonight. We got Haven Bullets coming through, man. He's gonna be breaking down some stuff, man. We're gonna ask some questions, man. We gotta ask some questions about, his stance on abos and us aborigines, air quotes over here, aborigines, and just kind of get into a lot of things. I seen he made a video about Tariq today, talk about why was he doing a critique or a review of the Joker movie, and he ain't never say anything about ADOS conference and stuff like that. I think that's interesting too. You know what I'm saying? So just he has an interest perspective. You know what I'm saying? And we just want to have those type of conversations. So man, we're gonna have a sit down with the brother Haven Bullets tonight, y'all. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, man, we going in, man. We ain't forgot about the monkey shit they got going on out there in China. Hey, bro, I'm gonna have to see this article that Reginald Green sent me about Chinese people have created a half man, half monkey thing.
I seen something like that. Yeah.
So I haven't read it yet, man. So I'm kind of surprised. But yeah, so much going on, bro. Yeah, man, peace. Shout out to all the great ones tuned in, man. We definitely appreciate all y'all, man. Shout out to the Empress Gretchen Ham. She be holding stuff down, man. So peace to her. Shout out to all the Empresses tuned in, man. We definitely appreciate y'all, man. Every day is Mother's Day. Every day is Empress Day. So we definitely love and support y'all, man. So peace and love. And y'all already know, man, all the soldiers, all the warriors out there, man. Salute, love to y'all too, man. Won't never want y'all, you know, think that we forget the brothers. You know what I'm saying? We need love too, y'all. Y'all, we need hugs too. so, so, yo, and then also, man, like I said, we putting together this tour, man. We just added the Mississippi Gulf Coast for Black Beach weekend or whatever. So we're gonna be out there for that, man. I think that's in April. Shout out to Level Nightclub, man. We're gonna be out there, man. It's gonna be going down, man. Biloxi Gulfport, Pascagoula, you know what I'm saying? That whole area, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Out there, man. So that's gonna be dope, man. So we adding that to the Tribe Up North American tour, man. So be on the lookout for that. More cities are coming on, man, and just getting on board, man. The wave, man. So it's just gonna be crazy. So yeah, A1, man. You ever been down to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, bro?
No, I ain't been that far.
Word.
I ain't been that far.
Yeah, man. So you got to get down, man. That's all y'all, man. That's all y'all place, man. You know what I mean? See a beach, man. You feel me? It's sheesh. Good food, great visuals. It's like it gives you like a. I mean, now you got the casinos down there, so it's like Vegas meets Miami. You know what I mean? It's like that gives you that type of feel. You know what I'm saying? The New Orleans right there, man. So shout out to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, man. Dope out there.
Peace to the gods on the panel.
So Taylor in the building. Peace to the
Peace.
guy, man. What's up, bro?
What up, A1? What up, AB? What up,
What's
D?
good? What's good, though?
Chilling, guy.
Just chilling, B. I've been getting it the soul.
Yes, sir. Hey, I don't know how long you've been watching the jump, man, the build, but just wanted to kind of catch you up on a few things. We had brought Project Tomahawk up, as a part of some of the conversations that Nina Turner, shout out to Sister Nina Turner, was having with the Breakfast Club. I don't know. Are you familiar with Sister Nina Turner, brother? Okay, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying, y'all. Man, we got somebody that like I said, man. You got a lot of great politicians out there, man. She was a Congress lady out of Cleveland, and just get to the point where she got to, you know what I'm saying, to even win her seat. You know what I'm saying? She beat an incumbent. You know what I'm saying? But she had the people behind her, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? She really went to work for the people. Thing is, right, that when she got into Congress, they was blocking her. Y'all follow me? They blocked a lot of, when you got like, cause it's like you walk in a room full of fakes and vultures and shit. They not really working for the people, right? We send people to Washington to work for the best interest of the people, but they actually not. They work for the best interest of lobbyists. In my world, there's no such thing as a lobbyist. Like, what is that? Like, what are you doing? You fire everybody you got because we're not even listening to that bullshit. It's illegal. It's like people are financing and manipulating the democratic, I'm over air quotes, process. Like we vote somebody in, then you have a fucking city manager or this and that, and these groups of boards of fucking corporations are actually running the process. That's bullshit. And they getting all the tax incentives and the tax breaks like Trump and them. They understand how to maneuver these things or whatever while taking advantage of the tax monies that are coming directly out of these inner cities like Baltimore and sending them outside into the counties and wonder why their schools are better than the inner city fucking schools because you have taken all the resources out of these fucking cities. Okay? That's how that works. So to have solutions to these problems, A1 was talking about niggas just being ratchet and not want to actually work, you know what I'm saying? And we were like, Project Tomahawk is part of the solutions that would bring education, vocational training, so on and so forth. So I kind of wanted you to kind of join in on the build on that. And we could break down Sister Turner a little later, but
Hey,
what's going on. Absolutely.
Hey, up here in Michigan, man, they took cursive writing out of the elementary schools, bro. Like they don't even learn how to write cursive no more.
Yeah, they doing that a lot.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But that's why you gotta be able to teach your children to do that. Like, okay, they're not teaching them, but that's something that we had to sit down individually and take the time to show them, or even get the charts. They still got the charts that show you the regular alphabet charts that got the regular alphabet. So that's something that you will have to take time to show them. Like, it ain't their responsibility to teach our children nothing, because when we put the responsibility on them to teach your children, and that means you gonna let them put their mind into your child, and that's for everything. You know what I'm saying? Even TV, like, man, we all guilty of that. I'm not gonna front, like, you know what I'm saying? Same thing here. Like, sometimes, like, we all get frustrated sometimes trying to teach or whatever. But for the most part, yeah, when it comes to stuff like that, man, we gotta be able to break that shit down, take the time, or had a mental capacity to sit down and do something like that, man. A lot of us ain't got the patience to sit there and do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, that's something that you gotta really work on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even teaching them like that. Like I said, man, when you was growing up as a man and you was with your father or somebody, man, you was working all the time, bro. You was fixing cars, you was working on the house, you was doing something. You weren't just running around with a motherfucking phone, taking selfies and shit and doing, you know what I'm saying? Taking selfies and shit
Yeah,
with,
for
with a
real, man.
cat face on and some shit.
You
Yeah,
know, grown ass men doing selfies with cat faces.
yeah,
Yeah, that's real awful, y'all.
yo,
Yo, that's real awful, man.
yo.
They be like, man, why these girls don't be having their men all in their pictures? Because, man, we ain't got time for it. We don't be, that ain't a manly thing, y'all. Like, for real. Unless you advertising something.
But you gotta admit though, when we was coming up, you had like somebody in your family who was a man that was teaching, that taught you how to fight, that taught you how to, you know what I'm saying, how to fix cars or how to do certain things around the house.
Word.
You know,
That's how you
now,
learn it, man. That's how you learn it. But I think that there have to be apprenticeship type programs, and that's what Zoe's talking about. The model could be used across the country. Not saying that. Listen, there's other apprenticeship programs that are going on where while you're learning a particular trade, like carpentry, like drywall, like how to pour cement, so on and so forth, right? Demolition, everything, right? All driving, like for
mhm.
instance, driving certain type of tractors. There ain't no school for that. Get your ass on there and go. It
But
doesn't mean
you
you
need,
burn
but
up
you need
shit,
business,
whatever, you fuck shit up, but you learn. But
business and all that shit too. Like so, like we talked about them type of skills, but now we need kids. Like, you mute your mic too. That's fuck my ears up, man. But now we need skills to where you got kids who know how to do accounting, who know how to who know something about technology, or who know something about engineering. You can go to your own man and have him be a developer. Like, cause when you like let's say for example you buy land, right? Now let's say if you want to develop the land or whatever, even develop the land with properties or whatever, right? So you will have to go to somebody to survey the land, boom, 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 see how big it is, and then have somebody go, or you have to go have an architect or engineer or somebody of that sort to go. Oh shit! You would have somebody to go and survey that and build you something within that land space. So if we had people within your own community who know how to do that, who know how to who's a doctor, who's a holistic doctor, who know how to do agriculture, and all of these skills are stuff residual around the people throughout the community. So everybody have the same skills. So like I said, if you choose to go outside and indulge in some type of commerce, you got the skills. You got the skills that needed to do that. See, we don't want to do that. We want to be cool all day. We don't. We want with new sneakers all day. You know what I'm saying? Fresh white t-shirt, fresh t-shirts all the time. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to get down like that. That's how we want to roll. And like I said, and a lot of times, damn, and a lot of times that ain't productive for us unless you working in the office somewhere around women.
I mean, I don't know. I don't agree necessarily with that. As far as it seems like kind of a like everybody don't want to, um, go do something positive. I think it's how we frame it. It's got to be cool. And shout out to Jay Cheswahana in the building. He said like the brothers in Philly, right? Shout out to Philly, man. Great city, man. Great people in the town, man. He was talking about them using their hustle money. Well, he didn't say that, and I don't want to necessarily imply that, y'all. So let me take that out of that. Well, because you're hustling jobs and stuff like that, or whatever. So however you take hustle or whatever, getting up to go to a job or whatever, but taking their hard-earned money, right, and buying up buildings and houses, right, and then flipping them and refurbish them and things like that, whatever. People rent stuff out and stuff. So I think that's a great thing that people are starting to think in that manner. And we got to keep it up. We got to
See, if
buy
you
the
can hustle anything that's
huh?
positive, that's not going to tear down the people or the quality of life for the people within your community, man. If you hustling incense, that's something noble. That ain't nothing to be looked down about. That at least you doing something. You doing a, you know what I'm saying? You doing something right. You ain't really hurting nobody in the process. You got a service the way you have smell goods. People want to utilize them, and they don't want to utilize it, keep it moving. Those that do, they want to cop and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? If they interested in continuing to do business with you, then they might get your contact or whatever. And that's for anything else in life. That's whether a nigga come through and sell clothes. That's whether a nigga come through and sell any products that he got or anything like that. So I'm not just saying hustling in general. I'm saying that the hustling where I'm at, man, like it's all about poison. It's all about poison. If you're not selling the poison shit, you selling pills or you selling what's the new shit they be fucking with? I can't even think of the new shit, but you know what I'm talking about, man. All this shit is what tear down our minds and tear down our communities, man. And I know I sound like a fucking I know I probably sound like a nigga from the Nation of Islam or somebody, but that's the reality of it, man. The reality of it is like, listen, like smoking weed, for example, right? I see like the difference. Even when I don't smoke weed, I see the difference. Like, you know what I'm saying? How sharp I be when I don't. And it's just like I said, yeah, it feel relaxing like a motherfucker to smoke a blunt. I'm talking, yeah, it feel relaxing like a motherfucker to smoke a blunt. Look, I haven't smoked a cigarette in about 10 years. And that was one of my favorite things to do. You understand what I'm saying? And that's one, like, even I don't say I don't ever have no cigarette cravings, but that was something that a motherfucker enjoyed to do. But was it productive? Was that shit gonna kill you in the long run? You smoking fire, coughing, always sick, always got fucking mucus in you, always coughing, always spitting up phlegm. Come on, man. How long you think you can live like that? Let's be for real. And then motherfuckers ain't got the power or say that this shit is killing. This shit ain't good for me. So I mean, it ain't. It's not good for me. It's not going to lie. And that's what I'm saying. When you start talking this type of shit or whatever, it's not popular even amongst us. And like I said, like you know the difference. You go to the motherfucking gym and jump on that treadmill and you smoke, and you know the difference. You jump on that treadmill if you don't smoke. You know, so for the same thing you do negative, there has to be balance to it, man. You know, I mean, you could go to Wendy's sometime. Can you go to Wendy's every motherfucking day? Can you go to Wendy's? I mean, shit, 3 times a week? Nah, you really can't, because that shit will do a damage on your body. Either obesity or either some diabetes, high blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? And numerous other health problems underlining that, though. But what I'm saying is, for the most part, though, we got to start thinking about our quality of health, man. We had ancestors that lived to be 100 years old, man. And eat with the ease, man, with the ease. It wasn't even no, and then they wasn't even going no fucking hospitals getting no checkup. They was drinking castor oil. They was cleaning their body. They was cleaning their digestive tracts out. They was eating vegetables, you know what I'm saying, more often what we doing. They weren't eating meat every day. So how was these people living to be older than we living to be? You know what I'm saying? And they was working hard. Motherfuckers, I mean, really was working hard.
and eating meat.
That's right. Not
They was
just
eating, and it's crazy that meat is cancer now, but back then they were able to eat meat and all of the stuff we eat, but not, it was more purified.
because
But
they
they
was raising
lived.
it. They was
Yep,
raising
they
their
was
own. They
raising
was
their
raising
own
their own
cattle. Yep,
food
yep.
and feeding their own food, man. That's the difference, bro. That shit they do now, how they be slaughtering these animals.
Yep.
That shit put off fear throughout the body. That shit, man. That shit causes stress, and that's all we eat. That's the reason why we have
Man,
all these problems, and we don't
fuck
understand
facts.
it.
that's evidence. That's evidence, bro.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes, yes,
evidence.
yes. But that's a whole nother story to have. That's a whole nother, like I said, health, nutrition. We gotta fix all that shit. We all fucked up. Niggas still eat pork. Niggas still, it's somebody in the chat room right now that eat pork. I bet you.
I bet you it is too. And
I
they
bet you.
probably say they don't.
Show of hands. Hey, you know what's crazy, right? We talk about the MMA, right? That fighters could test positive for steroids because if they were eating meat. Y'all know that? Did y'all know
Cause the
that?
meat got steroids.
Think about that, bro. So
Yo,
all the
listen.
stuff that we consume, right, from these animals and stuff, it's not natural because they're they're putting the chemicals and shit in it to help it grow and stuff like that because they're not really getting no nutrients. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just think that's real weird, y'all. We talking about
That's the fact though, Chief. Because look at it, Chief, how they always say that they go to a burger place right before the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because they already tested, so they go and get a burger right after they tested.
I mean, them fools eat a lot of ball players and stuff. At the training tables in college. You know what I'm saying? They eat a lot of steak. A lot of protein, man. They eat a lot of protein, so I think that's pretty interesting. When they talk about that. I, like I said, another topic. You know what I'm saying that we were gonna talk about, and it could kind of still, like I said, weave social, political, everything that we got going on is kind of involved in even these headline stories, right? So I wanted to get you guys' opinion on Kanye, Jesus, and Kim Kardashian's love triangle. Do you guys think that Kanye West is going to leave Kim Kardashian for Jesus? That's the question.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like I told you, man. Whatever they did to Kanye, they did some mind control shit to him, bro. And I believe that this ain't no conspiracy theory. This
For
ain't
real,
no
get out.
motherfucking. This ain't no. This is facts, bro. Kanye
That's
ain't the
facts.
same person he was. Kanye and yeah, me and Chief
That's
went
true,
back and
bro.
forth. Chief wouldn't give him no break for even telling motherfuckers that on TV. I know me and Chief went back and forth with this shit, but I mean, for him to be on national TV and tell them that they letting them go down there and kill us, man, that's he cared about his people. That's not the same thing. But even when you heard him in there with Trump, the nigga asked Trump to release Larry Hoover, and niggas ain't say like what.
Did nobody say
Like,
nothing about that,
nigga ain't say,
bro?
look, niggas sit up there like I said, man. I see shit totally different than a lot of these other niggas, man. The nigga asked Trump to release Larry Hoover, and niggas is like,
A1.
"Oh man, he was in there with Trump." And man, what you niggas ain't going and asking to release no political prisoners? You niggas ain't.
A1.
Yeah,
Do you remember when he had did that? They call it a tantrum in Sacramento. I was in Cali when he did that, man. He was saying some real shit, and then out of nowhere, a white dude walk up and hit him in the back of the neck with something, and then all of a sudden he started acting different.
that's
So,
what
like
I'm telling you,
when you said mind control, that's
bro.
evidence, man. Like
Bro, I
that
think they
video
killed his
footage, you can
mom.
watch that shit, bro.
I
They
think they
fucked
killed
his
his
mind up.
mom. I
Yep.
think they killed his mother, bro. I'm telling you, some more hideous shit. Because after that, he was already saying little shit, man. Like regardless of even if you listen to the song "Jesus Walks," man, like you gotta listen to that shit. Like listen to that.
Hey,
That ain't the
hey, that's a
same Kanye.
message.
That
That's
ain't
a
the
message,
same
bro.
fucking Kanye out right now, my dude.
No,
I don't even
nope.
believe.
Hey,
That was
you
a
know what's
message.
crazy, right? He did an interview with Big Boy, and Big Boy played an interview they did 10 years ago, and he was talking about the church, man. He wanted to be in the church and serve Jesus and the Lord then, man. So, like I said, man, I think this dude has always been a church guy. He said he lost his way. And listen, man, you can't act like this, man. If this nigga's acting, man, he is a Academy Award winning person. My point is, right, that because sometimes you can get so much information, and if you don't have anybody to share with it, right? Kanye's not talking to us; he's talking to Tim, and Tim is not hearing what he's saying right now because they haven't experienced the books, they haven't read the things he's reading or whatever he's doing, right? So they're pushing the same political line that's been kind of fed to him. You know what I'm saying? Kanye is like, yo, let's think outside this box.
Bro,
Bro,
Kanye
Kanye
went to the
went to
White
the
House
White House
and was
and was
talking about
talking
young
about young
niggas in
niggas in
Chicago,
Chicago,
man.
man.
And everybody thought he went in there on some coon and shit. Like I said, bro, that nigga went in there and asked Larry
That's Larry.
Hoover.
We're gonna play that. We're gonna play that. We're gonna play that tonight.
Like
We,
that.
like
No,
that.
come
No,
on,
come
bro.
on,
Like,
bro. Like, yeah, we want people to hear that what he did because I don't want people to forget what he did when he went into the Oval Office. What he's talking about when we're
Hey,
talking about
Chief.
freeing certain people. Larry Hoover would be a great remedy of saving lives in Chicago.
Saving
People
the
saving
whole
the whole
Chicago, man.
Chicago. Where, brother?
Hey, Chief, I was gonna say, man, did y'all see that performance he did over in Ghana when he was talking about him being Hebrew and he was Israelite and he kept chanting it and repeating it over and over again? It's not just about it's not a Christian thing that Kanye doing. He
mm,
doing more thing of a, like they say, Hebrew Israelites and all of that stuff. That's us pretty much in many different names. But he's doing it to where he can get away with it and still be mainstream and that contract shit, but he's trying to get people to wake up to where I'm sacrificing, giving all that shit up for all of us. And people, I don't think people see that side of it.
He's actually winning though, bro. Like the imagine all the Christians that are like not like really church going people every day, maybe never even go to church, but they still believe in Jesus, right? So most artists believe in Allah, Jesus, some type of Hebrew stuff or whatever, right? So everybody's got it's he's making music and he can just slide you can interchange words. So he's using words to empower himself and draw people of like mind in. You understand my point? And it's more Jesus believers in America than anything, bro. So as a marketing strategy, I mean you understand that from business and from music, it's
Yeah,
ingenious. Yeah. It's ingenious. And then he's gonna have some dope ass music. Like, bro, I heard some like we might have to play this too, the intro of one of the Sunday services, right?
I was gonna
It's
say
all
the
like niggas.
banging.
You can hate me now. Like this shit crazy, bro. This shit is big. And he got the budget, he has the money to do it. And guess what? He's a billionaire, bro. He moving, bro. They can't stop him. It's a genius, man. I'm telling you. But he's really on his knees for Jesus. He's really going crazy over Jesus. And the question is, I know this is a weird question, y'all, because I'm gonna get somewhere with this. Is Kim on board with this Jesus guy in this love triangle? That's what I gotta know.
she gonna do whatever Kanye West wanted to do, man. She just happy to be with that nigga. And now, like I said, I don't
know.
even when it's dealing with these relationships, man. Like I said, see, I'm a conspiracy dude first. Then I'm reality second. So what's on everything I done heard about these people of the shit that they do, I believe, and I'm not going to never go back on that. Okay, I believe. I don't know whatever they did to Kanye. I don't believe that. I don't know what the fuck they did to him. Niggas say he cloned. I don't know. Okay. Maybe he's scared. Maybe he went crazy after finding out they murdered his mother or whatever. We don't know what the fuck he's saying, bro. But just know, he said the president don't give a fuck about black people. And we don't know what them people did to that man after that. Now you could sit here and be like, man, there ain't nothing happened to him. We don't know. And he did that just to get the message out to black people. We don't even know what they did to that man after he did that, bro. And we could sit here and say, "Oh, that wasn't nothing." Ain't half the niggas on YouTube wouldn't have done no shit like that.
True, because he was never a fan of Obama.
I'm talking about when he said George Bush don't give a fuck about black people, and they sending us,
Oh yeah, yeah,
down there
yeah.
to
That's
kill us.
yeah. I'm
They
agreeing
sending
with
them
you.
down.
I agree.
They sending them down there to kill us, man. He talking directly to black people. Nobody else would. Like I said, me, I know real shit when I see it. I know real shit when I see it. I can't. I'm a real nigga. When I see something real, I can't. I can't act like it's not no real shit. You know what I'm saying?
A1,
Yeah,
A1. I bet you feel real shit sometimes before you even see it.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah, that's that real. That's that energy, that God energy, B.
bro. That nigga said, like I'm sitting there looking like, whoa. These niggas is murderers. His father and them are murderers, man. Like
Man,
we talking about nigga, we talking about nigga who went and got motherfucking Manuel Noriega, brought him back to a barracks in the States and got that nigga castrated, man. We talking about some evil individuals, man. And niggas sit up there talking about,
What?
huh?
Noriega Manuel Manuel Noriega is
Man, well, Noriega this with George Bush. And then what happened was he tried to separate ties with him, which was a no-no. So what they did was, when they did the Panama invasion, when they was down there using the laser weapons and shit on human beings, running them over with tanks and shit, and zapping people, and they was finding globs of blood of bodies and shit from people being zapped with these new technology weapons. They got Noriega, brought him back to the States. He cut his shit off and then sent them back and told him to go back and get finished doing a business with me, my man. We talking about some evil fucking people, bro. Like I said, you got to look at the world first before you can think that any of these people, even when we talk about all this president shit and all that, I just told you, when you look up the general civil order, it tells you that the electoral college are the fucking people who own the United States, man. I don't know if this shit registering, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, like, this is not a conspiracy. You understand what I'm saying? It's some real shit. They always talk about the electoral college. Do anybody know who the fuck the electoral college is? Do anybody know? Where? Let me go to the chat room. Let me go to the chat.
I know.
Who?
I had a lawyer before that was a member.
Bro, I just told you who the electoral college is, bro. I just told you they the stockholders in the motherfucking United States. They own the United States, man. And this is not a fucking conspiracy. Like that's what I'm saying, man. You gotta be to get to this point. You had to go through the Dr. Yorks and the behold the pale white horses and all of this shit. You had to go to get to here. So all the shit that you done heard at that point in time, a lot of that shit still relates to what we dealing with, man. You supposed to be able to look at shit on the other spectrum. Like, okay, all right, all of this shit. Said his mom was a blood. I don't think that nigga killed his mom's El Boria, man. I don't think that. I think that was they probably did some shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that nigga was talking. He was doing other shit. And then they sent Jay-Z to him. Well, Jay-Z always been there, but I think they were sending certain handlers at Kanye West, man. They were sending certain handlers at him because Kanye was talking some real shit, man. You listen, the shit Kanye was talking, like, I'm not saying he was talking no old super Black Panther type shit, but every now and then he would put shit in there about black people, man, and show that he cared about black people. You know what I'm saying? More than the rest of these motherfuckers do. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that to me, that was profound for him to say that shit on fucking NBC. Say that shit. They send them down there to shoot us. They don't care. He don't give a fuck about black people. You ain't see the way Mike Myers looked at that nigga like, oh shit, this nigga, they gonna off this nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, at the end of the day, man,
that's very true. That's very true, A1. It's
man,
very
come on,
true.
bro. Like, we know, man. We know the evil that men do, man. I just told you what. Listen, and that ain't you. You look up who George Bush is, bro. You look up and see what he did. You think he's some old shriveled up man? All the shit that he did, bro. I told you his motherfucking neighbor shot fucking Reagan, and Reagan was the president. Like, huh? That's a coincidence? You think so? Like, come on, man. Like I said, these people are some wicked people. All of them. It doesn't matter who we get. And like I said, the softer the candidate is, the less chance he gonna get in there. You know what I'm saying? Like they not just gonna vote for. They ain't gonna do that shit again, man. None of them motherfucking Democrats is going to win over Trump. None of them. Trump going to rip all of them. Whatever they do, they keep on making all these type of how you say this little tabloid shit where I keep saying they gonna impeach him. Oh, he was down with these people. He was down with these people. Motherfucker, all these niggas, all these politicians is down. They all fucking be trading shit, man. The same thing Hillary Clinton they did to fucking China, gave China secrets and shit like that. They
Hey,
all these
one.
motherfuckers do the same shit. But like I said, but I think with Trump, I think that they just really like I said, I'm not a fan of Trump. Don't get it fucked up, bro. I know what he said about the Central Park Five, but guess what though? When it comes to this immigration shit and what he's saying, I'm with him 100 motherfucking percent. I'm with
100%.
him 100 motherfucking percent. And if one of these Democrats get in there, your whole neighborhood gonna be flooded with immigrants, and all you gonna be here. Them your brothers, them your brothers. And then when they get in the office, and then your ass don't have a job. First it was the white man that didn't give you a job. Now it's the Hispanics and Latinos. And
Hey, one.
niggas don't even get it. Niggas don't even get it. Do they hire you? They tell
Hey,
you to
one. I
do
was
they?
gonna say, what about making Americans great again? You know how you got that "Make America Great Again"? See, some people don't catch the real law meaning of that being in all cap letters, man.
Mm-hmm.
As it says it right in everybody's face, but people hate to see them hats and shit. People need to wake up and realize it's law going on with all of this shit. This politician and all this shit is all law. So we got to realize when we like, I would love to get shirts made that say "Make Americans" with an NS on it, Americans great again. You know what I'm saying? Or Amaru Khan's great again. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like on
gotta
some
put the emblem of America up there though when you do that,
hell
man. 'Cause
yeah, put the queen, put the picture of the queen. You know what I'm saying?
these people they think everybody the motherfucking American, man. They think they don't know it. Yo, people they be hurt. They be hurt. Listen, I'm not with no Republican. I'm not with no motherfucking Democrat. I'm not with none of them. Like I said, one of the realest candidates that I seen that's probably dealing with them people now is that lady, that white lady, Marianne Williamson. I will vote for her before I vote for any of the rest of them or whatever. Like I said, I'm not even voting, but if like she mentioned at least reparations, at least she had some type of plan for it. Whether or not the numbers was way off or whatever, but at least some people consider something, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, even I was even impressed to hear Trump say, "Well, black people built this name." Whether or not people know, oh yeah, we all know that. Motherfuckers gonna sit there and down. Oh yeah, we all know that. That ain't nothing new. But ain't Obama ain't say that. Clinton ain't say it.
Not one
Bush ain't
time.
said it. Bush ain't said it. Reagan ain't said it. Jimmy Carter ain't said it. Who came before Jimmy Carter? Nixon ain't said it. Lyndon
Hey,
B. Johnson ain't said it.
you know
Kennedy
who
ain't
said it?
said it.
Benjamin Franklin said it. He said the biggest thing he feared is that the colored American wake up and realize who they are. He said that was his biggest fear. He wrote that shit, Benjamin Franklin, bro. And that's some powerful shit. If we like, I want to find that again. The how they had it on an old piece of paper, looked like it was on the scroll. I want to get that and just get that printed on shirts, bro. And then have like the feathers and all that. You know what I'm saying? Tatted all across that shit because it's an awakening that they can't stop. You know what I'm saying? And they confused and they frustrated. So you look at the government, they don't have nothing to. They don't have any plans right now.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta have plans though. We gotta have our own plans. Plans on, like I said, at this point in time, we shouldn't still be behind in the game trying to figure out how motherfucker going. You said Gerald Ford was before Benjamin. Yeah, I don't know them in order, but I was trying to go back as far as I can, locks. You know what I'm saying? But but yeah, we at this point in time, we shouldn't be still talking about black people need education. I mean, at this point in time, like really, man, we shouldn't even be talking about that shit. Niggas should have been already educated. I'm not saying, even though I know we was deprived of that, right? What I'm saying is though, that's the last thing we should be talking about, giving people free college tuition. Like the nigga Vlad gonna sit there and intervene. See, you bring these niggas into your culture. You bring all these motherfuckers into your culture, right? And I'm gonna just say this too, right? This is what happens here in America, right? Most of this culture in America was created by black Americans. Even though other people come to this country and absorb our culture, it was invented by us alone. Yeah, we took some shit from some crackers that they didn't really know how to rock it. They didn't really know what to do with it. And we took that shit and made it real fucking fly. And then people come here and then they look at us. They want to be just like us, no matter how you look at it. Okay, so don't never fucking forget that. None of these people come from any of these other countries where they was wearing purple shirts with red pants and fucking white shoes, and they came here seeing niggas with some shell toe. And like I said, it go both ways, because I did say this was our detriment, but at the same token, you know what I'm saying? I guess it's a gift and a curse at the same time. At the same token, that nigga gotta be fly somehow, some way, somewhere. Even if you work, motherfucking, one day out of the week, one day out of the month, you gotta be fly. Even back in the day when your father worked, one day out of the week he had to throw in his suit with his motherfucking hat or whatever. If I guess they must have made him feel some type of way about it. You know what I'm saying? Smoke a cigar, drink, or whatever, or however you want to look at it though. But what I'm saying is this, right? People come here, they absorb the black Aborigines culture here, and then they would say, "Oh, this is black culture." Like a motherfucker was telling me the other day, right? And I don't want to say where the person was from, though, but motherfucker was sitting there saying, "This is black culture." Nah, nigga, this is black American culture, nigga. You a guest in your culture. Let's Google. Where you from? All right, let's Google what the people wearing there now. And you still got an accent, so I know damn well you was just there. Let's Google what the people was wearing there now and shit. Look, and we Google motherfucker had, and I'm not trying to be funny, but don't try to play it off. Like, motherfucker had some high heels on or some high water pants, motherfucking skelly, motherfucker looking like Fat Albert in the gang, man. Niggas is dressed like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
A1, do
Yeah.
you realize it's genetic? Like how you carry yourself and like to look good, it's in your kids naturally. Most people don't pay attention to that, you know, and to be wondering why their kids want name brands because it's in your gene. I'm the middle of 7 kids, and four, no, 5 out of the 7 love to be clean. And 5 out of 7 kids all have that same instinct of when they go out, oh, it's super high class level type shit, not just throwing the shirt button up, you know what I'm saying? Some pants, put a belt on. No, they gotta be trying to look the best, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying though. But even it, like, that's a gift and a curse, because what happens with that, you actually spend more money than what you really need. You know, remember the 4 basic needs is food, fire, water, shelter. More resources that's tangible. How built now? Once you have all that, now you start looking to buy more of it. You duplicate it. Let me buy another house. Or let me buy another car just in case if I need to sell this or whatever. And buy a pickup truck to work in it or whatever. We don't do that no more. And like I said, and before people had clothes that lasted, motherfuckers bought suits and they had them suits. They wore them shits at least once a year. Other than that, they was walking around overalls. You know what I'm saying? Or something. You know how shit was back in the day, man. It wasn't like it is now, man. But now we over consume the freshness, man. Niggas got 6 months. No, listen, my little brother, man, I go in his room and he got every pair of Jordans, probably got 2 of the same pairs or whatever. He got one room full of fucking sneakers. That could be an Airbnb room. He got one room full of fucking sneakers, yo. You know what I'm saying? He got one whole room full of sneakers, man. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I ain't gonna bullshit you. Do he
Hey
have?
man, do you realize, man, the colored American market, spending market is the biggest market in the world?
But you gotta understand something when it
That's
comes with
bad
that.
though. That's
Yeah.
not good.
But
That's
now
not
let's
good.
let's deal with where it came from. Now you
Right,
gotta
right,
read books like
right.
propaganda by what the fuck is my man name? Sidman for our nephew. And Bernays, what's his name? What Edward Bernays. Edward Bernays is a motherfucker who he's the father of commercials, man. He the ones who said, all right, well, let's put six beautiful women and have them smoking on cigarettes, and let's advertise this to see what happened. And next you know, everybody was smoking. Everybody who wanted to be cool to be around these particular women felt like they had to smoke a cigarette to be around. You understand what I'm saying? And then he also is the nigga who implemented bacon and eggs as the so-called a dish of America breakfast, man. Sigmund Freud, who was a fucking psychiatrist, man, you know what I'm saying? He had his nephew, which was Edward Bernays, implement to America that the signature food is gonna be bacon and eggs. And you know how many motherfuckers eat bacon and eggs? Well, I don't know if people eat that shit now or whatever. Probably now some turkey bacon maybe or whatever. How many of y'all in the chat room eat bacon? Press one. Oh, look.
They ain't gonna admit
How
it.
many of y'all in the chat room?
Press 0 if you don't.
Yeah, how many of y'all in the chat room? Press one. I mean, the eat bacon. Press one. Come on, Sister Betty. What's
Hey,
no? Not my
A1, that's
people.
tricky.
You still my people though, but you can convert it to yo. Listen, the smoked turkey bacon or the smoked chicken bacon is the shit. I'm telling you, yo. That shit tastes like Teller ham. You know what I'm saying? You could throw that with a nice egg, cheese.
No, A1, don't promote it. Hey,
I
I'm
ain't
finna,
I ain't talking
yeah,
about pork. I'm talking about I said turkey bacon.
like Riley up a boon. Nah, man, don't do the turkey bacon.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Now you gotta get the right. Look. You can't get the ballpark turkey bacon because that's the processed shit. You gotta get the other turkey bacon that's kind of thick, like the kind. See up here we got this. I can't think of the name of the one I get or whatever, but it come from a
That's
farm.
the shit I'm talking about,
Yo,
man.
man, they said, listen, I'm just saying, if you want to really get busy with some, you want to have a nice breakfast or impress the ladies, get some that the thick turkey bacon, man. Get some, make some eggs and put some thyme in it. Eggs, thyme.
It ain't dry and leather looking and shit. It don't look like no
Nah, you gotta know
fillet
how
on
to
the plate.
finesse it. You gotta know. Oh, chicken sausages is the shit too, yo. I make a nice pesto with bow tie with chicken sausages and chicken meatballs or whatever. Yeah. How many of y'all? Come on, y'all. How many of y'all eat bacon? Come on now, stop it.
Press one. It's y'all eat bacon, man. Just be honest. And see, the thing
Nah,
is, you know what I'm saying? We in the God Energy channel right now. You know what I'm saying? We all guys on this channel, in the panel and in the chat room. So just be honest and press one if you eat bacon, man. It's okay. You know, we still love you, you know? And press 0 if you don't. You know what I'm saying? That'd be
yes,
cool
I
too.
eat turkey sausage before I eat turkey bacon. Nah, turkey bacon is good. You gotta know how to finesse that. I'm telling you, turkey bacon is some good shit if you know how to cook it.
I eat Morningstar bacon. It's like meatless bacon.
Yeah,
Pretty good, y'all. Y'all gotta check it out.
I
I
know
think it's
what
made
that
out of
is.
rice paper.
I know
It's
that.
made out of rice paper and some other seasonings. And we've actually, my wife has actually made the bacon from scratch using rice paper and just using the seasonings. So the rice paper gives you the illusion of the texture of meat. Think about it. It's just meat as in the flavor. You add flavors and stuff to it. So yeah, I think it's interesting. Really,
And
really,
and that
really interesting.
that's the reason why the pig that y'all used to eat on the farm, the reason why you never got sick, because y'all was feeding y'all own animals. You know how motherfuckers make compost and know how to fill in the soil and all that shit. They was feeding their own oils. Animals. They wasn't feeding the pig slop and all that shit like motherfuckers like them crackers be feeding them, man. The pig used to be walking around the farm and shit like the dog and you know what I'm saying, before they kill him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So the it was just a different type of it was just a different type of animal than it is now. It's not something that's
No,
mass
I would
product
I
for the
would say
market.
more like this, A1, that the pigs back then they had enough like leftover apples and all that shit to feed them fruits and stuff like they do. Like a lot of private farms and stuff feed they chickens and stuff like that, grounded up apples, pears, peaches, and all that shit, you know.
That's good
And now,
shit though. That's
yeah,
good
that's real
shit.
good because the meat
Yeah.
even has a better taste and it's a sweeter meat to it. But like nowadays it's so mass manufactured. They feeding pigs pig. Fuck it. They feeding cows meat and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So when you seeing a cow eat meat, then you know the world is fucked up.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, that yeah, plant based is good too, man. Plant based. Um, but yeah, feed you just gotta with corn, you can't feed cows corn. That's where salmon that's where what's the name come from? With the B. No, what's that shit called? Ebola, not E. coli. No, E. coli. E. coli, not Ebola. Ebola is that skin flesh eating disease or whatever. E. coli is a bacteria from corn. It's from corn and feces or whatever. And that shit get mixed up in the ground beef. You can catch E. coli from that or whatever. From feeding the cows corn. But nonetheless, though, how it go though, we had our own we like listen, most of us, man, most of our families and that lived in the south that didn't live up north had their own fucking farms, family farms, man, where you had chickens, where you had fucking, I don't know what I don't know. I'm not a farmer. I'm not a farm dude. I know a little bit about agriculture, but I'm not really a farm type of dude. I think if I had this to grab a chicken around his neck and snap his neck, I think that'll be the last time I ate a chicken, man. I mean, just me
Hey,
personally.
hey, they call it ringing the neck, man. It's actually fun, bro. I learned how to do that at 12 years old down in Macomb, Mississippi, bro. Listen, you gotta first catch the chicken because motherfucking chickens is fast as fuck, bro. And my great grandmother used to make us do this shit, but she was like my great grandmother. She was my uncle's wife's grandmother. You know what I'm saying? So she was like all of our great grandmother and shit. So she told all of us, if you can catch it, I'm gonna teach you how to ring it. It was nothing because she had like fucking 30 chickens living in her yard. They'd be all in the woods, then come out the woods and eat, and then go back in the woods and be hanging out. So it probably was more than 30. I couldn't even count them all. But how you do it is you got to catch the chicken. Once you catch it from behind, you grab it and you swing the whole. You grab it real tight and squeeze your hand with both hands on top of each other, and you swing the whole bottom body real fast, like 3 times, and it should ring the body off of the neck. And then what'll happen is the body will hit the ground, get up and take off running again, bro. I don't know if that sounded crazy, but that's it really happens like that, bro. The body get up and keep running and shit, and then
Yeah,
just
'cause
fall
the
down.
nerve, yeah. You mean tell me this whole time I've been talking to a damn sociopath, man? No, I'm fucking with you though. But nah, but yeah, but I know a lot of people
That's
who
some real
had
shit
that.
though.
Yeah, my father told me they used to fuck around with that shit though. But real talk though, what the deal is, like I said, man, the deal is we had natural product, we had natural home remedies that work, man. That castor oil, and like I told you, that turpentine and all the little home remedies that your mother used to do or whatever, that shit really worked. You know what I'm saying? It's not like now. It's not like the shit now you gotta go to the hospital for every fucking thing. They knew how to clean your stomach out. Once you clean your gut out, that's where all the bacteria is formed that make you catch colds and all that shit. If like I said, if your colon and shit is backed up, then you gonna be susceptible for a bunch of different. You can catch colds all the time. Nigga, breath be stinking, everything. You know what I'm
A
saying?
one,
Yeah.
A1. Everybody that's in this chat right now has lineage on a land somewhere so far out to where it takes sometimes 30 minutes to get back, right? And like I was just telling you about my great grandmother,
Hmm.
now their natural resources was so accustomed being there, she'll make peach cobbler off of the natural resources she has right on her land. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And my aunt she lived like a half mile in front of
You said
her
peach cobbler.
peach cobbler, bro.
Taught her how to make peach cobbler.
Man, just make it from scratch. Make their own, get their
Taught
own
her though.
flour.
Taught her where she get the recipe from. Is that a recipe that a cracker boy here, or is that her
Hell
own?
no. That's
Because
natural.
peach
That's soul
cobbler
food.
is too close to apple crisp. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Peach,
natural.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is like these are indigenous desserts that we was eating, man.
Hell yeah. Like pumpkin pie and all that shit, sweet potato
Yeah,
pie, man,
yeah.
shit.
Sister
Boy, blueberry
Betty,
muffins
Betty
and
be
all that
going
good
in.
shit.
Sister Betty says, "You go in there. What kind of client that bar you was about to eat?"
Man.
Napoleon,
So
Napoleon, or mint. No, I'm fucking with him. I'll be buying them for my daughter sometime, Klondike bar. But
them Klondikes are fire, man. Like you eat one, you would want another one after you done with the first one, you know. But what I was saying is basically she had peach tree. She lived her my great grandmother, the one I'm talking about. She lived so far back in the woods. It was scary when the sun is setting to walk back there. It was like a half mile through the woods to her house. And once you got there, it just opened up in the middle of the woods, like about 3-5 acres, just cleared away. Her little ass house, about 2 or 3 little barns that they just built and just put shit in, and it just was there forever. You know what I'm saying? And she herself was like 107 years old, still out in the field, tilling her shit, you know, and her sons and all of them was knuckleheads, but they help her. But all of the shit, they could be out there for like 6 months, almost to a year before they have to get anything from the inner city or any, you know, like they'll get spices and stuff, but then they'll be still living way out there and never going into town.
so they used to have sugar canes and all that shit, right?
Man, listen, we used to go right out in the backyard and pop the sugar cane and start eating it. Well, we'll wash it off and then just start eating the sugar cane right off the thing. Rhubarb, you
Yeah.
know, like the what root make root beer, rhubarb, green
Rhubarb.
that
You talking about the root bar? I know you talking about. Yeah. My
fire, man. It's natural too, bro.
look.
The sugar cane used to grow up to like 8 foot tall.
Yeah, my father used to look. My father used to make iced tea with. He put the sugar cane inside the iced tea and put the shit on top of the car and let it brew. Put it in a jar. Put it
He
like in a
used to he
glass.
used to put the stalks in there, didn't he?
Yeah, he used to put the
Yup.
he used to put
Ooh,
the sugar cane
ooh,
in there, and then that shit used to be
ooh.
sweet than a motherfucker, yo. That shit used to taste like
Man.
yeah, that shit used to taste like Popeye's sweet tea,
Yeah, I was
yo.
gonna say that tastes like some of the best fast food restaurant tea you can get. I mean, it's
Bro,
so pure and genuine. You
yeah,
know, then you can make your own tea out there too. You know, you
that's what I'm
take the
saying.
dry fruits and shit, and then just put them in the little bags that they used to have, the little hemp bags and shit, and then they make their own tea. All of this stuff was all natural. That my great grandmother was doing this stuff. So I learned how to survive out in the natural, being around this, coming from Michigan, going down there every year during the summer, just picking up on everything to do to learn how to survive. So being a city boy going back to the country, I was excited, man. It was like every time I was looking for a journey to learn some new shit.
That was before video games and motherfucking Apple
Yeah,
products and shit, man. That was
yeah,
before
yeah.
all that, man. Now niggas can't, like I said, man, you can't go down because, like I said, now niggas is too cool to do stuff like that, man. You too cool. You too cool. Like I was telling my daughter the other day, right? I said, I cook or whatever, but I asked her because she with her mother all the time. I asked, I said, can you make biscuits from scratch? She was like, no. I said, back in the day, women used to have to make everything from scratch. Ain't no pulling in on no box.
Gravies,
Ain't
all
no
that shit.
gravy, everything from scratch, man. Fucking pie crust, fucking everything, man. It was a motherfucker be in the kitchen, had a radio on, be in the kitchen for hours, man, really cooking, and it wasn't no quick ass Paula Deen or none of that shit you see on Food Network. It was real cooking that took time and took a lot of prepping and a lot of different things, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, most of these kids don't know how to do that because they don't sit around there. Their parents don't cook like that. Only around Thanksgiving. Everybody now go get fast food, or if they don't go get, because the way that the economy, the way that the system is set up, is not set up for nobody to be home that long to be able to cook that long. You know what I'm saying? One person can't support a whole household with the way this income, the way people get paid, unless you making up in the 100,000s or 200,000 round or whatever. And at that level, most of the time your wife is cheating on you because you ain't never home. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
real
real
talk.
talk, dog.
Once you
Yeah,
making
you
money like
always at
that,
work.
yeah, you got to keep it balanced and shit, man.
Hey, so check it out, y'all. We about to take a little break, and we about to come right back. We're gonna bring Haven in the building, man. So yeah,
What
man,
it
it's
do?
gonna be
What it do? In the chat.
yeah, it's gonna be
Peace to everybody in the chat room.
That's right. Shout out to all the great ones tuned in, man. Shout out to Zoe Taylor coming in, man. Shout out to Aboriginal Power, man. And as usual, man, my brother, Atanchinus one, man. We definitely appreciate all the energy and wisdom and information that you bring to the table, man. So
Hey, hold. Let me tell you how to make biscuits real quick.
do your thing, man.
Now you make biscuits. You sift the flour, right? Sift the flour. You get whatever you're gonna use. If you're gonna use butter, make sure the butter is at room temperature, right? You break the butter up into the flour, but you make sure that the flour dissolve into the flour. I mean, the butter dissolve into the flour.
The butter got to stay thick though. It can't be like too melty.
Nah, we don't. But yeah. When I say room temperature, you have to be able to work with it, not to where it's melting. You have to be able to work with it. It has to be workable. Like when I'm saying that, you don't want nothing that's going to break up and turn right into liquid. Nah, it has to be soft enough to break up. Like even when you put it inside of a like if you got a KitchenAid or something like that, and you put your paddle in there, and then you just keep letting it spin until it breaks up or whatever. I guess the friction from the mixer, you know, add some type of looseness or flexibility to where you can work with the butter. But nonetheless, though, you mix the butter in. If you do it by hand, it just have to be soft enough to work with. You don't want it to be melting. You just want it to be soft enough. You shift the flour, boom, boom, boom. You work your flour. You work your what's the name into it. And if you want to add buttermilk, or most people add milk. Like I said, I don't eat none of that shit, but I'm just telling you how I teach my students or whatever. We add buttermilk to it. Make sure you don't want it to be like a batter. You want it to be more like a bread. You want it, you know what I'm saying? You want it to be more drier than it is wet. Take it, roll it out, cut it in circles, pop that motherfucker in the oven. If you wanna take some garlic butter with some parsley and shit and brush over, you could do that. If you want to make some Red Lobster biscuits, you just add some cheddar cheese to it and make that same garlic butter joint, and just, you know what I'm saying, you can do it from that way. But it's not hard to make. It's not hard to make biscuits. I was scared. I was like, at first I thought it was hard to make. We make everything. We make waffles.
Bread ain't hard to make either. Bread is hard.
Bread easy, yeah. Bread easy. Even you can even if you fuck up bread, it'll still be bread. It just ain't gonna be the best bread.
Right. Yeah, man, that's what's up, man. We definitely got to get some cooking shows. A1, man, you got to come on and do a cooking show, bro. That'd be dope. Universal Media, man.
No doubt.
Hey, but listen, we're gonna shut this thing down, and y'all, like I said, we'll be right back. So we
yeah, good.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. So
I'm talking about my man.
Yeah, I think that'd be super dope, man. To be able to see.
No doubt, man. Do your thing, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat room.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming, man. Like I said, man, stay tuned, man. We're gonna take a quick little break, and we'll be right back.
Indeed, man.
That's right.
Peace to the God.
We'll be right back.